It's red. Do you remember how I said I always call my character Splat? Oh no, did your character die? Right, I've got a slightly different setup today. The camera is in a different place. It's precariously tangled in a bunch of wires and my monitor stand, so if I move anything, the whole thing could come down. But I think it's better. And I'm now like using this monitor as my main monitor to look at things. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. What's up, Blue Bean? I think it's better. Like, the camera's further away from me for a start, so I feel less exposed. The only issue is I now have my OBS monitoring for the stream on this side. So if you see me looking over there a lot, I'm looking at myself. That's the only reason I'm looking over there. I mean, it's to make sure the stream's working and everything, but that's me. This is like the main monitor. So if I wanted to like actually look at what we're looking at, which, yeah, we're about to look at D&D, the 5 horniest magic items. That's fine. And then left is chat. So this is me looking at chat. So we'll see how it goes. It's a bit weird. I kind of don't like it. I think I'll be pulling up the wrong thing, but we'll see. Your new character's name is Splat. Very good. All my wife's characters' names begin with M, without fail. And so do all my cats. And, like, a lot of M's. So. How's it going? How's it going? Any good D&D sessions recently? Any good fantasy stuff in general? You know? Any good fantasy TV shows or movies or video games? It doesn't have to be fantasy, it can be sci-fi as well, but it has to be one of those things. It's got to be escapism to the extreme. But yeah, I have D&D tonight in like 5 hours. Yoniski Plays, thank you for the follow. Hey, I just discovered you and started binge watching my content. I'm a first time DM, so you have helped me a lot following you here as well. Thank you, welcome in, and thanks for coming over here. But yeah, I got D&D tonight, like 5 hours. Not really done any prep, but I've got an idea of what I want to run. But I also want to try and make this stream a YouTube video. So I kind of got a plan there, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Bruno, what is going on? Not much, not much. Been a good week. It has been a good week. I don't know if you guys watched my last video about D&D prep based on last week's stream. I really enjoyed making that video. I don't know if you guys like that style where I take a live stream and edit it up and film over the top of it, but it's like fun to make, and I felt like I was more creative to get around things and had like more freedom almost. Like, I don't know, it was good. Went to see Marvel's Thunderbolts last night. I don't want to talk too much about it because spoilers, but I enjoyed it. Other people I went to go see it with didn't enjoy it as much, so bear that in mind. But I liked it. Okay, I know the concept of the game for later. Yeah, I can go a little bit into it. So it's a campaign that I'm running. It's just a general kind of epic, like, crossing the world adventure, where the players have to collect a bunch of things and then fight a big monster at the end of it all. But last session I did something really stupid, actually. I genuinely, I keep looking up here at the wrong camera. Oh, let me move this. Good enough, the camera's here. I did something really stupid, actually. I quite literally set up a situation so that at the end of last session, the players had a choice between going to the east or going to the west. And they can decide what they do next. Oh, stuff's falling down. I told you, it's a precarious setup now. I like haphazardly threw this together last moment. I gave them that choice at the end of last session. They didn't choose yet. I was like, you guys can think about it and let me know next session. But now I have to plan for 2 sessions. I have to plan for if they go east or plan if they go west. It was very stupid of me. I should have made them choose at the end of last session if they're going east or west. Then I could. Yeah, it was dumb. So I've got double the work now. But I can reuse because eventually they're going to go the other route. Eventually they will go the other route, so I can reuse the work. But very silly of me. King Meatbox, how are you, buddy? Mr. Freaky. Thank you for your videos. They help a lot. Oh, stop. Shucks. Have you threatened your players that a piano is going to fall and kill their characters if they watch the stream while you prep? This is an ongoing issue. This is. They are very sad that they can't watch this stream. They can go watch it afterwards, like after the session. And luckily, it's like I do this stream the same day as the session, so it's not too long to wait. But I don't know if I trust them. I think 1 or 2 of them might be in here right now, and if they are, make yourself known. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's on them. If they want to spoil it for themselves, I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to stop them. I don't think it... As long as they're not using the knowledge to, like, ruin the fun for other people, then I guess I'm okay with it, but I'd rather they didn't. Sometimes a little railroading helps. Yeah. Yeah, I had... You guys want to hear? I got called petty in my last video, and I was like, yeah, I am being petty. And in my last video, you guys, chat, last stream, helped make, I say helped, you kind of did it yourselves, you made a potions table. 20 different potions, 20 different effects. And I put it all into a nice PDF, and I put it on Patreon. You did not have to spend money. And I made a post on YouTube saying, hey, this is here, it's for free, if anyone wants it, go ahead. And then I'm not called, like, I called this person out. That's probably what I should have done. I called this person out, I put his comment on the video. The comment was fine. I hope they see the fun in it, and I hope no one thinks that I'm, like, out to get this guy or that they're out to get me. They commented on the video, and, like, it was fine. I think it's fine. It was just a fun idea I had for the video to have me call this person out. And then someone else commented on the video about that point, because the original person said it's not free. If it's on Patreon, it's not free, because I need to give an email address. Well, technically, I guess correct. It's monetarily free, 1. And 2, if your local game store said they were giving out a free TTRPG, you just have to go in and collect it. That's free. Even though you have to pay with money to take public transport and pay with your time to get it, it's still free, right? Anyway, so this person was like, it's not free. Don't say it's free. I'm like, it is free. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. And someone else commented being like, you came across as really petty in this, not cute. I agree, it's not free. And I was just like, what are we doing here? You understand what I mean. You understand what I'm trying to say, that it's free monetarily wise. You just need to go on my Patreon and download it. Yes, you need an email address. But, I shouldn't let it get to me. It rubs me the wrong way. I find it entertaining as well, which is the issue. I find it relatively entertaining to like argue with this stuff, but an email address is free. Hey, the idea is, I guess, it's their privacy, but that's my rant over, though. Bruno, you just finished prepping like 15 minutes ago, and I'm going to run this session today. Possibly the end of a mini arc around 5 sessions. I'm really excited. I think 5 sessions is a straight up arc, by the way. And I love the idea of arcs. I love working in arcs. This is technically my 2nd arc that we're in now. I think so here's what I think happened. Once again, I think it was a simple mistake by the original guy. And I have no ill, like, he's fine. It's all good. But he thought, and he even said in the comment, he was like, you have to pay for Patreon. And I said, no, it's free. You can get it for free on Patreon. And then they said, well, what do you mean by free? Do I need to give like my email address or something? And I was like, okay, you're doubling down to win the argument. I know what you're doing because I do it to win arguments all the time. You've changed the goalposts. You changed the goalposts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna from now on be petty and call out comments all the time in videos. I think it's funny. Oh, it'll be interesting to see the difference between the prep and how it actually turns out. Yeah, I think they would be surprised at the way I prep and the way I run, because I'm sure this is the same with most DMs. Most of the prep goes out the window pretty early on, and I just decide to go elsewhere with it. But yeah. Just like I thought I needed to pay to watch streamers on Twitch years ago. Right. But well, you do. It costs an email address. Which is their argument, not mine. Yeah, you need to give someone all your data. Yeah. Just funny internet trolls. Like, they were trolling me and I was trolling them back, and but then where does it end, you know? A troll for a troll, and soon the whole world will be trolls. No matter how much time I prep, my players always cause chaos. Yeah. It's bad. They're chaos gremlins. I feel you though, moving goalposts is infuriating. It's extra infuriating because at the time I just spent like an hour just putting together, like rewording the potion list, putting it all together, and I was genuinely like, I'm just going to throw some, I have it, I'll throw it on Patreon. And then to get that comment immediately, like, okay, I don't want this. I was just like, well, don't comment then. But this is like the small, like they say you need a thick skin to make YouTube videos and deal with comments. And that's because there are much, much worse things than this. This is fine. This is a normal, they're allowed to comment that. I'm allowed to reply. There's some comments that are like unhinged though. Which is scary. I don't want to call those people out because I don't want to give them the time of day. Maybe one of the directions could be like a hotel security ran by vampire spawn. I've got 2 pretty good ideas that are like the same idea, just a different setting. And I'll get to that. I will get to that. What's up, Brycing? All right. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. There's a strategy on YouTube and social media in general called trend hacking, which fundamentally means that you can take a thumbnail or a topic that includes a creator much bigger than yourself, and you can talk about them and get views off of their name. It's something I've done a lot. I'm not proud of it. Every time you see Matthew Mercer in a thumbnail of mine, that is trend hacking. I'm using Matthew Mercer for views. Not only, like, you know, I'm putting my own stuff in there. I'm making my own video, but by tying it to Matthew Mercer, I sort of fast track views kind of thing. So in that spirit, I thought today I would do something very similar but with big YouTubers and big YouTube channels. I am going to be having you guys rank this. I can't rank this legally because I don't want to start beef with Moist Critical. But you guys can start beef with Moist Critical. So we're going to be looking at D&D shows created by big YouTubers and YouTube channels, seeing how they run their games, and also stealing ideas from them for my prep tonight. Everyone we look at, we're going to get an idea that I'm going to put in tonight's game, and we're going to rank them. What do you guys think of that? Yeah. Oh my god, I do not like my chat here. I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it. Let's say your Patreon, looking at the potions PDF right now. I paid with my email address. Hope that's okay. Dude, thank you so much for giving me your hard-earned email address. You helped pay my rent. Love my content, keep at it. Thank you, Chris. I hope you don't mind me being petty. I'll tell you, I used to be a content creator around football and sports games. That gets super toxic. Developed a thick skin for comments real quick. Yeah, funnily enough, you develop a thick skin for the insane stuff. And then it's the stuff that's like just borderline. It's the annoying things that get to you. You see Smosh? Let's go. Yeah, so. Smosh is in here. Offline TV. Moist Critical. Ludwig. Iron Mouse. And it's not just YouTubers who have created their own D&D shows. It's also YouTubers who have starred in them as well. You'll see. You'll see. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun stream. I think we'll enjoy it. We're going to react to other people's D&D stuff live. And there's the added benefit that some of these aren't that good. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens when people who don't really play D&D try and start D&D shows. Because it's interesting. It's interesting. Hank Green, Unisky, is that just the? I don't want to look at Dimension 20 stuff. I don't want to look at Critical Role stuff. I don't want to look at stuff that's like, their bread and butter is D&D stuff. But if Hank Green has played another D&D game on his own channel, let me know, and we'll throw that on here for sure. Because I love Hank Green. Viva La Dirt League is the cheekiest one on here because they do have a very successful D&D show, and it kind of is their bread and butter now. But when I first started out, yeah, Viva La Dirt League is the cheekiest one on here. Oh, it's just a player. This is about D&D games. Yes, but I do. Well, you guys will see. You guys will see. So before we start, I do want to do two quick things. And the first one is I want to look at the 5 horniest magic items in Faerun. I've not read this. I just saw this earlier when I was prepping the stream. I was like, I've got to look at this on stream. I just think it's such a great article title. And it deserves all the views it gets. Denties. No, it's not a thing. Stop trying to make Denties a thing, Casey. How's it going? Omega Panda, hell yeah. Hey Phil, quick one. Do the live stream only last a certain time on YouTube? No, they do not. They should all be up now. I took them all down earlier because they had a bunch of copyright stuff. And also I wanted to see if taking live streams down would make my video do better. Because I have a conspiracy theory tinfoil hat about YouTube, and that is leaving live streams up. This is other creators that I've seen. Mainly, I think it's Wolfie, the Pokemon guy. He never leaves his live streams up because he thinks it destroys his video's growth. So I took them all down to see if it would make a change, and it didn't. So then I just thought, who cares if it affects my videos or not? It's like I should just have everything up for everyone. But in like a few months' time, you might see them all disappear again. Like I took all my shorts off for this reason as well, and you'll probably see all the shorts go back up again. It's just me trying to, like, I don't know, panic figure out how to make my channel grow faster. The very movable rod. Okay. Rod channel incoming. I don't want... I've thought about making a second channel. I've thought about doing a bunch of stuff. Until I hit 100k on this channel. 100,000 subscribers, which is insane to say. Which I'll probably do in 2 years. So it's still a while away. But I want to concentrate fully on this. Just to get that... I want that YouTube play button before they get rid of YouTube play buttons. The worst thing that can happen is that I get 100k, I order the YouTube play button, and they say, and this is a rumor, that they're not going to do YouTube play buttons anymore. I don't want to live that life. Oh, let me turn this slightly. No, wrong right. Better? Alright. Horn of Blasting is the first one, and I feel like this is more of a joke article than I originally thought. The Horn of Blasting is a long-standing tradition of D&D magic horns. It's not the most iconic, but it's a pretty close second, and it's not hard to see why either. To use the horn, you take a magic action to blow the horn, which then blasts your enemies with 30-foot cone that deals 5d8 thunder damage on a failed save, deafens the enemies, and is audible to 600 feet. Glass or crystal objects take double damage, so you might want to use it if it looks like someone is trying to charge up a crystal for some evil ritual. I thought this was actually going to look at horny items. It's a... Oh, I see what they did. It's a horn. It's horny. This is clickbait. I've been baited. I've been baited. Horn of Silent Alarm. This is Horn of Valor. Now, get out of here. War Horn of Valor. Igwilf's Horn? I got, guys. I've been punned. It got me all the way to the end. I'm in another article now. This site knows what it's doing. Okay. Okay. Well, how about this? Before we really start the video. Have you guys seen Dundle? Because I haven't. I came across this as well. Sure. It's like Wordle, but for D&D stuff. Get your mind out the gutter, mate. Yeah, you think that they never intended horniest items to mean anything else, Casey? Get your head in the gutter, mate. Oh, Adiel first. Okay. I don't know if this even works, by the way. Let's find out. Okay. It's working. So this is a D&D word with the middle letter I. Let's do a word with like an O in so that we can get LMAO. It won't fit, Casey. How many 5-letter D&D words can there be? What about ogre? O-G-R. Ogre is 4 letters? That doesn't sound right. Once head first into the gutter. My ban was well truly boozled. Yeah. Yeah, I got bamboozled for sure. I was like hoping for a really interesting deep dive into like, I don't know, weird freaking simp stuff in D&D, and I got that. Plurals are allowed. Okay, let's try ogres. What? Alright, let's try doesn't have an S in. So like I is the first letter. Do you know this? Do you know what it is, Mitchie? Like you figured it out? I is the middle letter. If it's green, I is the middle letter. So, unfortunately, I can only think of 4-letter words. What about, so, S-W-O-R-D, well, we know S in now. I was thinking like Stunning strike, but there's no S in there. What other vowels? What? There's only an I in there? Slime? Oh, not slime, but we're closer. Oh, right, no S. Yeah, Sam, but I still tried slime with an S. How many words can go in front of L? L-I. Fla? Okay. Okay, Sam. You... Oh, I thought you had it for sure. Blink, it's Blink, right? It's gotta be Blink. Oh. Technically, Mitchie got it first, but I did not look at chat for Blink. I did look at chat for Blind, and it got us pretty much there. Solid stuff. Solid stuff. Are there more of these? Or is it just every day we can go to this? This might be a new thing we do. Like, can I go back to... Oh, this is just a website. I've been debated again. I'm buying stuff now. Dundle. Yeah, I guess I don't have access to all the other ones, but we can use this from now on. This is a great game. Great game. Good find, Mitchie. New daily puzzle indeed. I would like more of these. So if anyone finds any, let me know. I also wanted to watch this surprise Dagger Heart Q&A with our devs, but maybe I'll just watch that at the end of today. And we can get started on this bad boy. I don't really know how this is going to go. It's going to be interesting. You guys will... I need you guys to keep a clear head. I will need you guys to rank these. I cannot physically rank them. I'm not allowed to, but you guys can. And I want you to just remember... Let's say S tier is if an actual play is like... Because are we rating these on D&D games? I think we've got to rate them just on actual players, right? So S is like, this is the best thing ever. A is, it's good. B is average. C is, it's not great. And D is, it's just plain terrible. It's just plain terrible. Oh, sorry, Nocturnal, if I ignored you. I don't know if this counts, but Vet and Link played D&D. The video is called We Hide an Excess Play. It does count. That does count. I'm adding that to the list. Very good. You get inspiration. Hey, love your content. How do you do rolling for stats when starting a new campaign? I do standard array, and I will die on that hill. I don't like rolling for stats. I don't mind point buy, but I think standard array is just the fastest possible way to get past that point, and it keeps everything balanced. Standard array, by the way, being the certain numbers. I don't remember what the exact numbers are, that everyone uses, no matter what. Death7, thank you for the channel. And dude, cool name. Last Light In has fallen. You playing some BG3 over there, hero? Okay. Yes, let me grab the Ren Link Exorcist one because that sounds hilarious anyway. I remember I did watch that I think a while ago. Ret and Link D&D. We Hide an Excess to Play D&D is such a great video title. And then I just need to grab a picture of them. Ret and Link. Images. Download image. Bear with me, guys. Downloads. How's the sound, by the way? Can you guys hear the music? Is it overpowering? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Am I too excitable, or am I not animated enough? Alright. I got Red and Link on there. Here they are. They're chilling. We might as well start with Red and Link. We might as well start with it.
Demon.
Okay. Just enough on all fronts. Good to know. Music is soft, but it's good so we can hear me clear. Thank you. Are you going to GameCon in Canada? Wait, where's GameCon in Canada? Is that in Toronto? Because if it is, maybe. Oxventure is all I got. Yeah, I thought about putting Oxventure in there. Maybe we will if we get to the end of this and we still have plenty of time and want to look at them. But Oxventure are such a staple, I think. And this is specifically like YouTubers. They were all... Is it IGN? Is that Oxventure? No. They were all at a website, right? Because there's also the Yogscast who did High Rollers. But I don't count them because High Rollers is just so big in the actual play stuff right now. This is more for things that people might not know about. Outside Xbox. Right. Yeah. Yeah, Dirge playthrough. Dirge playthrough's the best, dude. Yes, Uniski. Make sure your DM gives you that inspiration. And if not, I mean, I can't do anything, honestly. Am I going to SawCon? What's SawCon? Dungeon Dudes and quite a few D&D creators going, could be worth a Sly email. Yeah. Hold on. Where is... What was it called? CanadaCon? No, Gamescom. Are you going to GameCon Canada? I don't know what... I know like Fan Expo. It's in Edmonton. I don't... Edmonton's not close. So I don't know. I don't think so. June 13th, 15th. Maybe. I think you're right. I think it's worth a cheeky email. But I don't think I couldn't... I'd have to check like trains. And then I'd have to pay for like... Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check the budget. But I would love to go to a con. Okay. Freaking... Let's watch this.
I do not think that many parents are aware of what's inside the game. In fact...
The way this is going to work is I'm going to skip through it. We're going to try and find some like... Because this is mostly them talking about exorcisms, I think. Where does the game happen? Okay. So we're gonna watch it a little bit. We're just gonna get a feel for it. Hopefully we can find some combat and some role play, and hopefully I can grab an idea for my game tonight. So I love Red and Link. I think they're brilliant. Obviously, they're very successful, but this isn't an actual play or a D&D show. This is like a documentary style thing, which is built to be as watchable as possible. They have B-roll of B-roll. They have like the main stuff is like them talking to the Exorcist. Then they cut to gameplay of D&D. Then they cut to this like extra, I guess, C-roll of them like kind of showing what they're saying. Just crazy amount of work. Exorcist. You know what this is giving? I think this is probably a really fun video and probably a really fun game to watch. I don't think Red and Link care about telling any kind of story or actually running a good game of D&D. I think they just care about making it like entertaining from moment to moment. The fact that the Exorcist is there at all, like this is layers upon layers upon layers. They took a D&D game and were like, we want to do a D&D game, but it will be too boring. So we need to like get an exorcist in there who's not even playing, is just talking to us about stuff that's happened. We need to get a green screen and film what our characters are doing. Then we need to film us talking about it. It's crazy, the production style of this, actually. It's kind of too much. But it gets wild, seemingly. The experts, they're constantly throwing back to The Exorcist. Even they're just talking about Spider-Man. And they're like, we gotta bring The Exorcist back in. I think this is a phenomenal YouTube video made by experts. As a D&D game, however, what are they using? They're using a
life.
Oh, it's just a ring.
Life. Maybe the life of one that's controlling you. That knows of a snake that.
Whatever's happening on screen right now, we don't need to worry about that. I think I've seen enough. I don't know how you guys feel. But the real question is, what do you guys think of this actual play? If we were going to, I know this is hard, we can move it around later. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to get the tap map thing on. So you'll be able to click on screen if you're on Twitch. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, if you're on Twitch, can you please click on the screen and let me know where you think this would be? So 100% right now, it's probably one person is clicking C. Which I think is where it's going to go. Okay, C it is. For I think C's harsh. I think we're going to see some much worse some much worse things. But like I said, we can move it around. So we can go C for now. Yes, if you're on YouTube, feel free to just type whatever letter you want as well. But I'm mostly going to, unless it's overwhelming, I'm going to go with what is appearing on here. Don't click down there. You want me to go, you want me to put it back and keep watching? C is fair, no comparison yet. Yeah. Don't forget, C is bad. You know? S is phenomenal, A is good, B is average, C is bad, and D is terrible. But if you guys think C, you guys think C. C is mid. No, B is mid. B is mid. For this, I get to create the rules here. B is mid. C is like a pass, but it's bad. It's like the worst pass possible. Fantastic DM, you might say B. Okay. We'll leave it in C for now. We can move it around a bit. Because I have no say in the matter. B is literally in the middle. Yeah, B is mid. B is average. I clicked C, but it would be fair to go B because they make D&D look palatable and entertaining. Yeah. Okay. Let's move to B. Let me reset this. And get rid of that. And then let's next check out. Yeah, let's do skill check. I have mixed thoughts about this, and I'm gonna really need you guys to vote with your heart here. For anyone who doesn't know, skill check is Moist Critical's YouTube channel that they started not too long ago. They started a year ago, episode 1, episode 2, and they went in strong. They even had like a trailer with Critical Role, like Matthew Mercer came on because they were making a joke that they were going to call it Critical Role because he's Moist Critical, a whole thing. But they never really got off the ground. Like, as you can see here, episode 1 got 239k views, and episode 2 got 100k views, and episode 3 got 81k views, and it just went down and down and down. And this is Most Critical. He gets millions of views every day publishing videos. So it's kind of wild that like, I guess his audience just was not interested in this, and that's fine. But it got to the point where they gave it a good go for a while, and then they pivoted so hard into Magic the Gathering. They just went Magic the Gathering, and they still do D&D stuff, but they gave up on D&D. So let that, you know, be what it is. So now and I think even in About Me, it says like Magic the Gathering show featuring Moist Critical and the rest of the crew, and sometimes a little D&D. But this very much was a D&D channel when it started out. So let's go with their most watched, which was episode 1.
Welcome everyone to Skill Check, a D&D 5e.
Here's my argument. Would someone watch that as a D&D game, or would they watch it because Rhett and Link? Well, yeah, here's the thing. Everyone has to kind of decide on their own what constitutes a good game. So, yeah, it's up to you guys. As an actual play, it's pretty bad, but the game seemed like it was great. Hot take, I don't really think Most Critical is very entertaining. Then you can throw him in D. What do you think it tanked down? Oh my god, you really want me to start beef with Most Critical? Well, here, let me play this for a bit, and then I'll tell you why I think it didn't do very well.
Adventure, rules light, fun focused. I'm Ryan, one of your dungeon masters.
And I'm Drew, the other.
Excellent. And before we jump into the cast and characters, I'd like to pass it to Drew to tell us a little bit about the world.
First up, 2 DMs. Brave move. They have 2 DMs that they change every week, which I think is a good idea on paper. I remember when it first came out, they were saying that they couldn't choose between them when they did like DM interviews. So they just went with both. It's kind of a fun, quirky thing, but it means that people can't really get used to the vibe and like style of the game if they keep jumping around DMs. Even if the DMs are like on the same wavelength, it's still kind of hard to pull off. I don't think that was the issue though.
Fantastic.
Take it away.
I think I'll do just that. I think that's what I'll plan to do. You all see a dark room.
Archaeologist from our world. He was traveling the cosmos looking for some ancient artifacts of power, kind of like Dragon Balls. He ends up on a
We have a
world
very
of candy
diverse cast as
where
normal.
He met my mother, a sentient gummy bear.
6
that
men, 1
fell
woman.
madly in love, shared a night full of passion, fire,
and
fluid,
they go around,
gave
you know.
birth to me.
Talk about the
I'm playing
characters.
Stewie, who is a Fearbog bard. Stewie is the nickname that
They have graphics, they have art, right? They've done some stuff.
the small village from my planet gave me for steward of the forest. I take care of all of the animals and living creatures around me. I live under a rock, so don't know a lot. But I do enjoy.
They hired the DMs. It is him and his close friends who are playing, but they hired a DM, and this is something we're going to see with other YouTubers as well coming up. They will play with people who they know will get views, and then they will hire a relatively unknown DM, and it's like, I think you've got that the wrong way around. I think you should like... I think hiring a well-known DM is the best way forward, but...
A hearty beverage with my friends, the elves and satyrs.
I'll put him down.
I like stumble a little bit and I get my bearings a little bit and I'm like, we'll try it again tomorrow.
All right. We'll save it for tomorrow.
So, right off the bat, they obviously have been heavily inspired by Critical Role. They've gone for the Critical Role layout through and through. And they are going down the route of we're just a bunch of people playing D&D. And they're not trying, and they don't really have like music on, or they're going bare bones, which I think some people like. I personally don't. I like a little bit of production quality, especially if you're Most Critical and you make like over $100,000 every single day. I would like to think that you could put more effort in, but you know, it's me.
Yeah, you got as children see this floats with a mini float, as the whistling and the yelling, You guys do indeed part the seas, and for just a brief moment.
yeah, Unisky, they did change DMs mid-game, right? Oh, I guess the first DM just came in to set he was there for 6 minutes. 10 minutes. He was there for 10 minutes, and then they switched back. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. It's not... Critical Role did the same thing recently, but it's still.
At the table, actually.
I'm cracking up. Like, I find it hysterical.
It would be the bandit captain, the scarred guy's turn, but he's busy. He really wants to get that drink. I think they're probably talking about where they're gonna go. Like,
This action? Would it be action?
It would be an action.
Not seen any combat.
But in this particular case, I think it would be very funny if you wanted to do
just
that.
something it's all been going awry.
There will be a magical effect. Do you want it to happen?
Yes, just anything.
You
please.
pass out immediately.
That is exactly what I was hoping for.
Now, I was saying that I'm going to take things from my games. I think from Red and Link earlier, the thing I'm going to take is this idea of having a theme and linking stuff back to the theme constantly. With them, it was like exorcism, right? I think that's a really good thing to do in a game. And then these guys, I really liked how the DM there was just like, there could be a thing that happens. Do you want it to happen? And that's sometimes what I do with new players who are unsure about doing something. If there's like a bad effect that I don't want to force it on them, but I let them choose. And I find 95% of the time, the player accepts the bad effect because it's more interesting. And they don't want to be the person who's like, no. But I like that. And I'm definitely going to be using that.
I love the scene that just played out. Just threw a fireball and then just...
All right, so you guys have got an idea. Before we rank these guys, I want to show you their latest game, which I was checking out earlier today from 21 hours ago. It's Zach the Bold, who I love, DMing his first ever D&D online, actual play session. But to give you an idea, this is years later, and it's exactly the same setup.
After this, I'm going to church. You don't have to go to Top Set. We have a church. Yeah.
They've done nothing to improve the production quality, which is, I guess, fine. I don't want to be like a snob, but once again, the amount of money Moist Critical makes, unless he's just not as big a part of this as I thought he was, and he wants it to make money on its own two legs. But even Critical Role, you would see it slowly getting better. And for me, the sound of this is they're using these lav mics and they're not great.
Topside, they're huge. I just like to look at them. I guess that makes sense. Well, listen, if you accept these terms, we have a boat waiting for you outside, past the courtyard. Any questions?
What are the benefits?
You get to leave. You get to go topside.
Do we get dental?
We get dental.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my honest I don't want to say it's bad, but I think the reason why it didn't do as well as they were probably hoping it did, and they had to move away from D&D as a thing, is that they did not put enough money into it. There's a weird thing that happens, and these people think they can. Those people think they can run a show like this just on name alone, they can just mess about, and they don't know how to play D&D that much. They kind of think they'll pick it up as they go along, and then they don't put enough money into the production of it, and the whole thing just kind of it never rises above mediocrity, At least they look less bored. They sound like they're in a Pringles can. Yeah, the audio sounds like it comes from the camera and not the lav mic. Yeah, audio's hard. Don't get me wrong. I struggle with audio myself. But once again, I'm not freaking a millionaire. Unfortunately. I'm not saying I could make a better actual play. I'm just saying I've watched a lot of actual plays in my time. And I think production quality is so important. So important. I think some of the boredom is fun. Yeah, I think I don't know a lot about Moist Critical's friends either, but I don't know if they are on-camera personality type people. Phil, you're not a studio either. I thought it was going to be an insult for a second. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a studio. But yeah, when people are like with Critical Role or Dimension 20 and they're like, those people are like actors and performers and like theatre kids and improvisers. And it's like, yeah, they are. And that's like, if you're doing an actual play, it's like in your home games, you don't have to be like this. But if you're doing an actual play where the goal is to get views and to keep audience retention up, you need to hire people who are like good and comfortable in front of the camera. Not that like, it sounds like I'm attacking these. I'm not attacking these guys. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, in comparison to something, I don't think the audience retention is that high on one of these videos. Anyway, I need to stop talking. I need to let you guys be the harsh people. Where do you think you would want to throw Most Critical's D&D show? Let me turn on the tap map. Immediately D. Immediately D. I personally think Red and Link and Most Critical should be an S tier. Personally, that's what I think. If anyone asks, I think they're phenomenal. But if you guys think D, we can throw it in D. So, our first D tier. And these people are content creators. You all should know where to find the sound. Okay, well, once again, this is chat. This is chat, not me. This is chat. Most Critical. Don't make one of those videos about me. C, because they seem to be having fun. I'm on the phone and I think S. Okay, it could be worse. I feel like we'll have to move it later. We can bump it to C, but the tap map's saying D. D doesn't really offer anything interesting. I think the latest one is S tier, but other than that, D. Okay, I think you just like Zach the Bolt, cheers. Which is fair. Okay, we'll leave it in D for now. We can move it in a bit. Let me get rid of this. Solid stuff. Okay, next up. Smosh's foray into D&D. Now, this is a YouTube series. This is all the episodes put into one, by the way. The whole thing got 1 million views. I think episode 1 did very well. I think it kind of curved off as it went down. In fact, let's look at the series. Let me get it up. Smosh. Sword AF.
We are extremely...
All right, I've got a playlist here. I know I'm not showing it, but episode 1 got 2 million views.
Welcome back, my friends, to
Episode 2 got 871k views. Episode 3 got 780k views.
Allow me to
4, 500k views.
My name is Gaspard.
6, I think we skipped one, that's fine. 500k views. So, I mean, it's not bad at all. How did, like, the finale do?
In this vault.
300k views. So, people fell off as it went. I guess it wouldn't, but, like, those aren't bad numbers, but I think they're bad numbers for what they were hoping for. Because they have a pretty substantial cast. I couldn't tell you how much Smosh people get paid, but I think it's a fair bit. And it was probably quite expensive to run this. And they obviously didn't think it was worthwhile doing because it never got a season 2 in this format. It got a season 2, but it was podcast only. And then I don't think it got any more. It fundamentally got cancelled. So let's take a look. If I can hear it, it gets lowest score. Fair. I'm already biased. S tier. Smosh did that after Betrayal Legacy, which did really well on the channel. Yeah, Smosh have a thing where they have to like, that is a production studio, and they kind of greenlight and axe things that have nothing to do with the quality of the show. So bear that in mind, even though this did technically get cancelled, bear in mind it might have nothing to do with the show.
DMing a full campaign.
Yes. Hi guys, I'm Amanda and I have not played D&D and I'm so excited to discover and go on this journey with everybody.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chance.
Hold on, when I said how many people have played D&D?
All right. I've been working on this campaign and making it from scratch for a few months now. It's been a huge collaborative effort from the Smosh Games team. So if you're new here, why don't we go around the table and meet all our Smosh Games players for our first campaign?
Hi, my name's Shane. I've played D&D a couple times before, but I think this is gonna be the real one for me. This is gonna be my first deep dive. I'm stoked.
Hi, I'm Angela. I've played D&D before. 5'5" is my height.
Hi, I'm Damien Haas. I've been on Smosh Games for a while, and I've been playing D&D here and there. I usually join friends' campaigns as a guest, and this is my first time DMing a full campaign.
Yes. Hi guys, I'm Amanda and I have not played D&D and I'm so excited to discover and go on this journey with everybody.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chance. I've played D&D before. I've been in one campaign for 2 years now, but I'm a new class and a new race.
So Chance, I think, is really the only one who is like a D&D player. I think the rest have dabbled. But I think they're all relatively new, and Damien is a brand new DM. Like his first time DMing. I don't know if that meant, was that his first time DMing ever, and he was doing it on here, which is crazy. But yeah, something to bear in mind.
Okay, so I'm trying new things.
Let us begin our story. The Age of Heroes, a time when all of...
And I do have to say, getting into the game in 1 minute 20 seconds for a D&D show is very, very good. And I'm a big fan of that
creation,
experience.
Whether mundane or magical, lives in constant fear of the darkness that lurks around every corner. But in this era...
Where is the production value if this is a studio? Can you listen to the sound and compare to the last one? Look at the set, and then obviously all these people are well-known faces to the audience.
Of
So
great peril, there also hangs in the air a sense of opportunity for those that are exceptionally strong or wise or clever or brave to seize back control of their own narratives and rise as legendary heroes to forever etch their names in the annals of history. Now that age has recently passed, with dragons being slain, wars being won, lines being drawn in the sand, and
they've got sound effects, and also I love the table. I think the table's really cool and unique.
people living in relative comfort now and peace. But with everybody growing up hearing about these heroes, it was
They haven't got the sponsorships yet. That's why it started so quick.
Become one day. So mercenary groups roam the land, taking on whatever.
Like I said, this is all 8 episodes in one. It's an 8-hour 58 binge watch. So let's just jump through, see if we can find some combat. I have a theory. It's something I'm seeing. We can double check this. I think well-established YouTube channels who do D&D are scared to bring out miniatures. I think they're scared it looks really uncool. Might be right, but where's the battle maps? Where's the cool stuff? Where's the cool stuff that I like? And they're scared to do long combat. I've noticed that as well, or like any combat.
One of the place settings starts.
Pies now, or do you guys want to save it?
I'm fully. I haven't gotten hurt.
Me
once.
too.
I'm fine too. I'm like. I'm
Do you guys
so
want me
strong.
to carry your pies?
Yeah.
Please.
And you're dirty.
Let's say this, Dolores. The pie is baked, but because.
Yeah, I loved the hole in your bath.
Oh, they got minis here. And also bear in mind, I'm skipping through this wildly, like hours at a time. So we could be missing like 20 minutes of bits here and there that kind of make up for the fact that I'm not seeing any combat.
Like sloppy.
I have really intense eye contact with Coda. It's like I'm looking up. And now I want to invoke duplicity.
Hell yeah.
Also, whoever earlier was asking about production cameras, or production value, sorry. Yeah, whoever was asking about production value, they have 3 cameras set up and they're nice cameras. That's production value as well. You know what? You're right though. Even most criticals had 3 cameras that were just set up in a straight way, but they just feel like the lighting in this is really good as well.
Do I have to roll?
No,
I just
tell
can't.
me.
Okay.
What does that look like to you? Where are
Okay.
you going with it?
So after I break eye contact with Coda, I see myself, and there's a mirror image of myself, and I have my hammer. Now I'm just literally zoning out, and Coda's not looking at me. So now I'm gonna fight myself, and suddenly
Also, the editing. I mean, look at the VFX.
I'm fighting my ego, and I go, and again it's sloppy, and I look at myself and I go, sloppy.
Oh my God.
And I go, you're sloppy. You're sloppy. You're a hero. You're sloppy.
And Dolores just walks over and she puts her hand on Bug's shoulder, and it's the wrong Bug. It's the other one, and she's like, ah!
And now I gotta say, I feel like DM fundamentalists would be angry at Amanda here saying, I go up and I put my hands on the wrong one and it scares me, because the DM would have to decide which one's the right one or wrong one. I feel like in a home game, I personally would let a player do this, but I know some DMs wouldn't let a player like improvise a scene of stuff outside of the player character's control. It's very obvious here that these people are performers and they are improvers, and they are honestly, I think, having fun, which I think has been missing in other ones we've watched today.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
And then I put my hammer down. I go, we gotta make a decision.
That's a lot of money.
I just don't want to get trapped in the castle, but I think we need the money.
We're already trapped in the castle. That's what I'm saying.
I'm scared if we get trapped here for long, I might get turned into a robot.
Wait a second.
Ernie.
I hate to make this a big deal, but maybe we go.
Yeah, they're playing D&D. Admittedly, we've also jumped in. This is episode 5, so they've had some time to really learn a lot more and get into it. But I think that's enough. I'm sad we've not seen any combat really in all this at all. Like, no, why even have minis? Is my question. If you're never gonna if you're never gonna use minis. Also, with improvers like this, I wonder if there's just
Force flickers back against us.
like a level of like they don't even roll that often. But yeah, let's see where you guys would rank this bad boy. Should be able to click on the screen now. It's mostly a roleplay game, I agree, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay, C. We think Red and Lynx is better. This is going in C. Are we feeling like we're being too harsh? In general? S for the purple hair. It seems solidly C. Seems quite a bit better than the last one, but where are the battle mats? Roleplay is good, but lacking the gameplay. Department C or B. I personally don't think it's as low as a C, but if that's what you guys... It's 50-50 right now on the tap map. And when that happens, I think I decide. Out of those two. Maybe they blew the budget and forgot the minis. They didn't decide on a production feel. Okay. Once again, this is all chat's comments, not me. If it was me, it would be last tier. I'm going to say, since you guys are 50-50, I'm going to put it up to B. I think it's as good as the Red and Link Exorcist one personally. And that was like A tier. I thought you guys would have put Smosh up there, to be honest, in comparison, because that is probably... We'll wait and see what the other ones look like. Mr. Beginning, what are we ranking these on, and what was the qualification to get in this poll? Okay, natural ones. We are just ranking it on how much you guys enjoy these actual players. It's kind of a wide open ranking system. And we're just kind of getting in order. The reason why we're watching all these people is A, because I want to support these YouTubers' faces in the thumbnail, and B, just to get an idea of like other D&D shows that are out there, ran by like big names in YouTube space that you maybe wouldn't think of normally when you think of D&D shows. Also, I'm stealing ideas for my game tonight, which we're gonna have to do a really quick prep session for after this, because I was supposed to be doing it during, but it's not really worked out that way. I would honestly, but yeah, well, it's whatever you think. I'm not putting rules on whether it's production or whether it's a whole thing. It's the whole thing. I think you're looking at the whole thing. How does this piece of D&D actual play make you feel? And then you just put that into a tier list. So it's clickbaiting, but not clickbaiting. It's called trend hacking. It's called trend hacking, and it works. I put Matthew Mercer's face on a YouTube thumbnail. I make a video about Matthew Mercer. I get more views than just my dumb face. I will put my face on this thumbnail though. I'm gonna be a good boy. My face is gonna be on the thumbnail. I'm also gonna be using famous YouTubers' faces though, because why not? Personally, I enjoy how Rhett and Lynx felt so reminiscent of a home game, but I'm going to need to see some maps and minis before I'm giving out A and S ranks. Okay, I like that. I like that you've got, like, that code for yourself. Whole thing B? Yeah. Was going to try and get ourselves on your list. Natural ones, I plan on doing something like this again, with just other D&D actual players that aren't like, you know, the big five. And I'll let you guys figure out who the big five are. I have an idea. But yeah, so I might do that in the future. But no, this is huge YouTubers. And I kind of should have like looked at how many subscribers these people have in general. Like, we're talking, obviously skill check isn't skill check, it's most critical with 16 million subscribers there, so I can close that. Then you got Smosh with 8 million subscribers. Then you got Red and Link with, I closed it down, but Red and Link have a lot of subscribers. we're talking like just millions of people watching these D&D shows. Oh, your face is all right. No Matt Mercer, but sure. But all right. Thanks, don't do. But it doesn't get the clicks. It doesn't get those clicks like a sweet, sweet Ben and Lee Mulligan pulling a face. What's up, Nozdub? Millions of subscribers and can't afford a battle mat. This is chat saying this. Once again, if any, not that freaking, you know, I don't think anyone from Smosh is going to watch this. But this is my chat. This is my chat. I think you guys are fantastic. I think it's just a choice not to have battle mats. And I stand by that. I stand by that choice. This isn't me. This isn't me. It'd all be S tier if it was me. Alright, next up. This is kind of... this is Magic the Noah. He's got 1.3 million subscribers, which is a lot. But this is more for who is in this video.
I made an RPG and got 3 players who were, they were unique. Let me show you. So basically, we got a warlock who is slowly dying.
So Doug.
We got a centaur who wants
I don't know who that one is.
to be a horse. And last but not least, we have
And Point Crow. These people have millions of subscribers between them. If anyone knows who that middle guy is, let me know.
We have a paladin who worships bread. They had a fight against a crazy twist villain. It was none other than... Oops, I almost spoiled. And
I hadn't actually watched this yet, but I presume it gets into a proper game, but it gets into a game that... Oh, yeah, it gets into a proper game. So let's have a look.
Doug, that will take 5 years off of your life.
Okay, cool. I feel more spry already.
So does that make you younger, Doug? So like you're looking a little bit like more youthful?
I teleport away from Point Crow.
Where do you teleport?
To the right.
I want to look at Doug real quick. How old does he look?
Well, now I only look 46.
Well, no. How old were you? Because that's years left.
Okay.
Yeah. Douglas, what is the name?
So straight away, and I knew this would happen, we're going to watch Doug's D&D thing soon as well. Oh, crap, I didn't put Doug in here. I have to get an image of Doug. This is chaotic and rules light, okay? It is fully, they don't give a damn. They are having as much fun as they possibly can.
Name of the creature on my back.
Hello there.
We've been adventuring with for 20 years.
His name is Fortnite Default Dance.
I'll ride after Doug.
Gold coin! I shout back at Point Crow.
Oh my God! I'm gonna go grab the gold coin and keep it for myself. I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Okay, you get one more gold coin then.
Let's go.
And I don't know how they filmed this, but if this is all happening live, if they're moving stuff around, I think it's brilliant.
I want to make it known that I am holding all.
It's like a high skill to be moving all these tokens around and handling everything while DMing a game.
3 gold coins in my mouth.
Okay, I will keep that as a note.
Yeah, it's very important.
I moved to the right.
Okay.
That's cool. This is so funny.
Also created a full, like, battle. It's not a hex crawl, whatever the square version of a hex crawl is, where they can go into each section. It's almost like a Zelda game. Like they just move into the next, they scroll into the next area, which I like.
All right. Hark, a demon! He guards the coin! My hair flows in the wind.
You guys know what I've always wanted to be?
What have you wanted to be, Doug?
A 25-year-old. I cast Black Hole on the dragon.
Okay. Well, that's gonna take a good 20 years off that life.
25 years left, but you're not 25?
No, I'm 25. I'm 25 now. I just used all of my life on the dragon.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna cast Black Hole then.
Yeah.
The coin!
Let's see how
No,
well that
not the
gets cast.
coin!
I hope the coin
D20 spinner.
doesn't go in the black hole.
18.
Let's go! Huge roll.
I actually love this for actual players because a lot of the criticisms that I see in my own chart is that they don't have dice cameras and you don't see what they're rolling. This is like a Box of Doom roll where everyone has to see it happen and stakes are high. And I know this is kind of creative. I gotta say.
The other side of the black hole ends inside of Point Crow's mouth.
My gold coins, please.
Yeah, I guess at one end of the black hole the dragon goes in, and the other the coins shoot out.
Point Crow loses his coins.
Okay, nice.
Doug, how could you? Oh, a hat.
We'll say the coin is gone too. Point Crow.
And I should also say, I don't know for sure, but this may have been done live, like broadcasted live, which is also impressive. So let's jump ahead. God, what was that?
To our west, east, south, north direction from us.
Question: can I still use the hat power?
Yeah, you control your familiar.
Okay. Wait here, my companion. I'll take care of this. I start charging at the group. I go as far as I can in this turn. I want to try to get all the way to them. I turn back and I say, "Stay back. I can resolve this without conflict."
Okay, I trust you, Doug, with my entire life and the bread that be. May you rise like the yeast in the bakery in the sky.
Okay, it's
Where's the
gonna be
third guy
these guys'
go?
turn.
Didn't die, did they?
All right, that's their turn. Doug, you're up again.
Okay, I cast teleport and teleport myself next to the gold coin.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. Teleport. That's 6. That's going to be. Yeah,
I guess they're just separate. They split the party.
You're looking a little underaged over there, Doug.
As a spry 16-year-old, I have the extra energy to do a bonus action to pick up the gold coin, and then my familiar uses the hat to.
All right. So there's also a key thing here. I want to say we're going to rank this. It's a different beast, obviously. It is very low budget. It feels like certainly Doug knows how to play D&D, and like these players know how to play D&D a little bit, which is why I think it's so good that they're just throwing the rules out the window, you know? So it's up to you. It's up to you what you guys think. Let me pull up the
Swap me in Point Crow.
Where would you guys throw that? Would you even call it D&D? Like, if you don't even think it's D&D, is that a D? A for creativity and dynamic play. Agreed. A. Okay. Okay. We'll go with A. I think that's solid. Is B, rules light, decent animation, entertaining. Yeah, it feels like they know D&D terms and how to take turns. I don't know. It's a nice take on a light version of D&D, perhaps, like something that could be thrown together quite easily as a taste of what D&D could be. A. I think we're getting a lot of A's, so I'm going to throw it in A. And I think you guys are going to have a similar thought process on... we don't have his image because someone wasn't prepared enough. But just to give you an idea of Doug, who was a player there, ran his own D&D game, which I love this. I love this so much. But once again, you could argue not D&D. My God. Here we go, going off. Oh, stop clicking on the screen. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. No one voted earlier, and now you're clicking everywhere. You guys are menaces. You're menaces. All right. What are the bubbles on the screen for? They are for voting. So you click on the tier list where you think it should be, and you go ahead. Wasn't aware of the voting until at the end. It's all good. Just typing in chat works as well. All right. So this is Doug, who is just in there, and this is his version of D&D.
Today, we're going to find out if Twitch chat can survive in my deranged Dungeons & Dragons campaign about an evil magic Walmart. Here is how this actually works. I built an app that lets 3 random Twitch viewers talk in the bottom of the screen, and they'll play as 3...
Also, I think this app is available, so if I can get it and get it to work, we should play this version of D&D.
3 different characters in my campaign, including the beefy barbarian, the wisecracking bard, and the brilliant wizard. On each turn, these chatters can decide to do whatever the hell they want, and I'll use this die to determine the success of their actions. And the characters only have 3 total health, so if chat doesn't play this well, they will permanently die, and their character is out of the campaign. And as a disclaimer, this is a heavily simplified version of Dungeons & Dragons to make things very simple to
Heavily simplified, okay? Let's bear that in mind.
Follow, so don't worry if you haven't played the game before. I'm going to explain more specifics about how this works as we get into the campaign, but for now...
Which, by the way, is a D&D tip. If you are new to D&D or you have new players, slowly introduce them to it bit by bit while playing.
Let the adventure begin. Welcome, Twitch chat, to the land of Chatopia. You 3 are best friends who've been traveling across the lands together. Many trials and tribulations you've experienced, but unfortunately, just a couple of weeks ago, you came across a witch in the woods. This witch, known as Baba Gaboosh, cast an evil curse on each one of you. This curse had the strange effect that only a single one of your...
I'm going to move my screen around a little bit. I'm just going to grab myself here. I'm going to hide... Don't know why my voice broke there. I'm going to hide chat. And I'm just going to move myself over here. And I'm just going to pretend that's my chat there, just to see what it feels like.
Your brain cells actually work at any given time. Gasp. Before, it felt like all of your brain could kind of talk at once, but now it's almost as though a single brain cell has complete control of your brain for 2 turns or so. It's very strange. This witch cast the curse on you and then wandered off into the woods, laughing maniacally. You've been searching for a cure ever since. Your 3 brain cells right now are Murphalicious, Nikoros 2D, and Nails of Another Kind, who are the only ones in control of your entire body.
It feels good. It feels good, but it feels like cheating. Let's go back. Plus, I miss you guys. I miss you guys. In fact, can I just Control Z? Yes, I can.
So the 3 adventurers set out across the land looking for a cure to this strange curse, and they stumble across the town of Walltown, famous for its walls and its stores like Walmart and Walgreens. And you guys go into a local tavern, and as you step into the tavern, a local
slow mode, your chat's flying,
yeah. Across the table, he says, "Adventurers, can you help us? My name is Porky. I'm the mayor here at Walltown."
Doug's here, probably trying to catch a glimpse of chat as it goes by, but then all he sees is "Go to Del Taco." And what the hell is that? And Pig Dwarf and Sex Him. Doug might as well not. his chat's useless for like streaming right now. They're not giving him anything.
I need your help. You see,
Just
Walter,
hype.
the local owner of Walmart, recently came across a magical staff.
They're just typing what he
This
says.
song isn't really doing it for me.
Well, okay, this?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, thanks. Adventurers, the warlock who owns the local Walmart founded a staff that seems to have given him some sort of crazy magical powers. And ever since...
Okay, so I would argue this is not D&D at all. I would argue this is just, I would argue it's a TTRPG, and I think we should rate it as a TTRPG.
It slams into his chest. The mannequin falls over. Its cold plastic eyeballs fading to red, and the corpse drifts off and falls into the abyss. You hear a sick...
I gotta say, Doug is a very good DM, like at narrating. What we're doing, we're ranking the biggest YouTubers in the world playing D&D. Blue. That's the title of the episode.
crunch as the body hits the ground. Don't 07.
I will avenge you.
The mannequins? Our barbarian is so drunk. The mannequins are up. These two realize that Porky is vulnerable. One of them runs over and tries to headbutt Porky. 14 or above will hit him. Oh shit! So this dude whacks Porky in the head and he gets knocked down. He doesn't appear to be unconscious, but he's like a little beat up. This mannequin runs forward but can't quite reach him. These two are staring menacingly at the barbarian. He is slightly over this gap and one of them decides, you know what, he's gonna go for it. He comes here and he takes the jump, trying to punch the barbarian in the head. 8 or above will jump the gap. 16 or above will actually connect to the hit too. 13. So he jumps forward and tries to punch you in the head, but he misses, kind of tumbles over you, and lands on the other side of the barbarian. This mannequin sees that the jump didn't work. It does.
He's playing D&D. He's playing D&D.
Lapses onto Porky and disappears underneath the flames. The evil mayor has been defeated.
Bard, Barbarian, next time, we're going to Hannaford for our groceries.
And the team returns to Walltown, where they're hailed as heroes. Nobody liked Porky. He always was kind of a butthole.
Never trusting a pig man again.
The only question now is, do you want to use that staff? Just maybe. It could cure this curse that the witch cast on you and allow your brain cells to work properly again.
Honestly, this doesn't seem like a curse.
Let's just play our new Switch instead.
Looks down at staff. This has caused enough pain.
And with that, the team decides the staff has caused enough harm.
Okay, guys, that's enough of that. What are we thinking? Let me turn on. If you're on Twitch, you can now click on the screen. Is this the same level as our current A tier guy? Give 10 for energy. Let's tier list. No one clicking on Twitch. I just know when it goes to my face, you're going to click on my head. I just know you will. You should just be able to click, Blue, on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Now do that on a tier, please. It's oh, you're saying D. Okay. A bit too much C for me. Okay, this is... I really disagree with this one, but okay. It's not really D&D, but I've watched this before, and it's very entertaining. So judging it as TTRPG, it's an A. Bonus points for battle map, C. Mostly D. You guys are clicking on my head still, which is cute. It's cute. It's not helpful, but it's cute. All right, it's going in D. Oh, we don't have an image for Doug. So we're just, remember he's in D. Remember he's in D. You guys are trying to start beef with Doug. I am not. I think it should be S tier. All right. Let me, 100% on my head. Very funny, guys. Very funny. Okay. Next up, and we'll speed through this because I have D&D very, very soon, and I don't think I'll have time to prep now. So let's go super fast. Let's go for the Ludwig stream. Wait. Done penguins. Done. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Viva the Dirt League. We'll get to them. My argument would be, realistically, how much would it change if it was Pathfinder? Just to give a little bit of backstory to this D&D show, it is a quarter Ludwig. It is by The Yard, which is Ludwig's podcast with his friends. And They have been promising this D&D show to their viewers for about 2 years. It has been in production for about 2 years. And last thing I heard about it, it was coming out in December last year. And it's still not out yet. And the reason why they've said it's not out yet is because this was Nick, the guy on the right, whose face I am covering. He said that, and this is fine, but he said he had never seen a D&D show that he liked. He didn't find them funny. That's Critical Role and Dimension 20. He just doesn't really, he wants to do something different, more their style. So I don't know why it's taking so long to come out, honestly. But we have a sneak peek of it, because they've filmed a bunch of episodes.
Apparently
seemingly.
my volume's a little bit low. Yeah, you just gotta turn it taller, I think.
Okay. I think you want to like go, well, okay, I don't, it's just, maybe like an antidote or
Let's
something.
get you a ginger root beer. Let's get you what you need, my goat.
Is my skin sour?
Off in the distance, you all hear, York? York, is that you?
And it's Dave B. Walters, which is the first, like, actual DM in most of these that I recognize as a DM, which is smart, which I think is a smart thing to do, and I'm surprised more people haven't done that.
York, that is you.
And you all see a very fancy look.
Cool Cylinder, thank you for the subscription. Resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
King 21. And she looks very well-to-do and respectable.
Is she attractive? Can I roll for attractiveness?
Well, it's his mother, so yes.
Yeah, I would like to roll for...
with advantage, please.
Rolling for, did I have sex with her? Yeah.
And I like the idea that, you know, he's letting them kind of roll to impact the world, where he's sharing the godlike abilities of a DM with their players, which I like.
Yes, I did 20. It's 20. It's 20.
Roll for did you versus would you, sir?
It's a 20. No way.
So,
He actually did roll a 20.
Stonebeard, I'm going to let
Thank you for the follow. Those natural ones.
you describe Jorg's mother. However, I'm going to say this, but I'm going to tell you this, though. She is a far nicer looking woman than you ever would have could have possibly given birth to him.
Hey, only one of them doesn't like that. Only one of them doesn't like Dimension 20. I don't think you should judge them on that, though. I don't think you should judge them on that.
She is very respectable. Right. She's very nice. You tell me what his mom looks like with a natural 20.
Oh, it's natural, bro.
Oh, yeah. This sucks. The dice giveth and they taketh away, sir.
Do you know how Jorg talks about Horizon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it might stem from some mommy issues.
I see.
Because Horizon doesn't look like that. We know this.
Yeah.
Got like an Oedipus kind of. But where did that come from? You gotta wonder. It came from his mother.
It's the divine.
Jorg's mother has a beautiful rack. It's the first thing you notice when you see.
Oh my! I mean, it's a corset. I mean, it's.
Man, I'm not being rude. It's just front and center. The second thing.
Okay, we won't spend into it. That's a taste of that. It's these guys bantering fundamentally, which some people might argue is what D&D is. We only get time, so where do you think this would go? I'm gonna allow people to click on the screen now. I understand that we're only spending a little bit of time with this, just a minute or two. But just on first impressions, most people are thinking B. With some people saying A. There's no way. I know I've said that I'm not. This is on you guys, but I have to say, there's no way that is better than Sword AF, the Smosh one. I think they're both good, but now we're mostly going C or D. Maybe if I see more, I'd say different. Okay. I refuse to grant something that insults Dimension 20 a placement on this list. Okay, I have to go find that. No, I have to go find the clip where he says this now, because I don't want this coming out that I'm like spreading me and stuff. Let me find the clip where he insults Dimension 20. Just so we know that I'm not being a dick. I could be being a dick. You can still click if you want to. Stay away from my face. What am I looking for? The Yard, D&D.
I think D&D is probably releasing.
I said don't click on my face. You guys are insane. You guys are insane. You can't follow the simplest. Stop it. Stop it. All right. This is the clip I'm talking about.
In December. I know. I hate saying dates though because they have something that they love. I personally am not into it. For the like D&D, there's very, I would say, theater. A niche, in my opinion, or a gap, I guess, in my opinion, of D&D content that I would enjoy. That idea kind of excites me when I'm like, I see a way. I'm like, oh, I want to make something that I think doesn't really exist yet. And I think that like the way I would define it is like most D&D shows are casted with like comedians, voice actors, very, I would say, theater kid energy. Not necessarily in a bad way. I think people who like D&D, especially like Dimension 20, Critical Role, I think they like it predominantly for the people. And that's great that they have something that they love. I personally am not into it for the most part. And I find myself not really laughing a lot when I watch these shows. And I, recognize that storytelling and D&D in particular is not just about being funny. It's like drama is a big part of it, fantasy, role play, all that stuff. And that for us, I think, is a really big, I think you'll watch when the show releases how new we are to a lot of stuff like that. Like,
why is he calls out Critical Role at some point
at first, and we get better over time. Like an unfortunate reality, I think, is that episode 1 is probably gonna be a lot worse than episode. I know for a fact episode 1 is a lot worse than episode 7, because we got a lot better at it. And to me, the fun of the show is, what if 4 people who sucked at this but were funny, like teamed up with a very experienced dungeon master, and we try to basically break the game and him, but we are unsuccessful in doing so. So a lot of the initial hurdles for me in particular, I do think I'm a huge reason the show got delayed. Not the entire reason, but a huge reason, is I really want it to be exactly the vision in my head. I want to like fill something I think is missing, and I want it to be really funny, but I also want a lot of the surrounding artwork to be good. I want the Patreon structure and like the incentive for people who are already paying to be patrons.
He's gonna call me a liar.
I want that to be good. I don't know how much more I want to say, but the general idea here is that I really want it to be good, and my definition of what good is historically somewhat comes from pushing the media in ways that like create work that I would enjoy myself, and that has taken time. Not only that, but being realistic, I work at Off-Brand. I don't.
Why does he mention Critical Role?
I'm very interested in trying the game, and I'm also very interested in filling a niche, in my opinion, or a gap, I guess, in my opinion, of D&D content that I would enjoy. That idea kind of excites me when I'm like, I see a way like D&D. Usually, top-level creative will come from me, and it'll be a conversation the 4 of us have, but normally it'll be like I go and I bill out my idea of what this thing should look like, and I show it to the guys. I'm like, do you guys like this? And they give feedback. And when it comes to D&D in particular, I have never played the game. And I actually personally have not liked any D&D content I've watched. And that to me was like, okay, so if we're going to do it, I'm very interested in trying the game, and I'm also very interested in filling a niche, in my opinion, or a gap, I guess, in my opinion, of D&D content that I would enjoy. That idea kind of excites me when I'm like, I see a way, I'm like, oh, I want to make something that I think doesn't really exist yet. And I think that like the way I would define it is like most D&D shows are casted with.
He does say it at some point, but he says he doesn't like any of the D&D stuff he's
create
seen.
Work that I would enjoy myself, and really missed an episode. We always try, even without just missing it, we don't really ever phone it in. Like, me and Slime kind of obsess over every single one, and we'll talk about almost all of them after, like, was that good? If we felt like it wasn't, like, what do we change next time? So, long story short here, it taking a long time is my fault, but I think it'll be worth it, and I don't really think there's a rush. I think we made a mistake in announcing it in the first place, but, it'll be here soon. Like, a close friend that people would recognize and would be more like us, or if it should be an expert, we did it for a really long time. And it doesn't really feel right. Like, if we really think, like, I don't know, if we're gonna record that often and we're gonna put this much time and effort and like production value.
He says it at some point, guys. You guys can watch it your own thing. He definitely says it. But yeah, he says all the D&D shows he's seen, he's not really liked, and he says Critical Role and he says Dimension 20, which is his opinion and is absolutely fine and fair. Okay, so where did we put this? Was it C? I think it was C. I think you guys were like kind of dancing around. It was like C or D, but I had some people being like A. So I think C is a good place to start. All right, next up, let's do Viva La Dirt League. We won't spend much time on this because I feel like a lot of you guys are aware of this as a show.
Hey there, Thumb man. How you doing?
I don't know how I can help.
Could you give me that stuff? Because I broke my other one.
Oh, I know we need to do this, but how are we gonna do this? Like, what's the plan? You know? Oh, there he goes.
And instantly, the production value of this is off the charts. It's so high, from the sounds to the lighting to the B-roll that they're going out and filming in green screen. Look, they have minis and combat.
I feel.
I should save the giant potion now.
Yes, definitely.
I'm gonna imbue it with.
They have diversity, like 5 white men. Like, you just don't see that nowadays.
+5 on all of their attacks and skills and saves and things, and I'll put them there to represent that they'll go immediately after your turn.
Awesome, and I...
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of S. I feel like you guys already know. I feel like you guys already know where you're going to put this. So we're just going to go straight into... real quick, guys. If you're on Twitch, can you click on your favorite, like, I guess, creator in the image right now? Oh, my face is covering as well. Hold on. Wow. Wow, that's pretty... Okay. Okay, don't click on where my face was, but okay. Okay, yep, okay. So, okay, it's pretty... Genuinely, mostly me. I'll take that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so I saw a lot of S tiers, but I'm gonna reset this now. Can you guys click where you think this should go? 100% S tier, 80% S tier, 60, 50. Oh, it's kind of between S and B, but I think mostly S is getting the hits, and I'm seeing a lot of S in chat. Oh, there's a B in there. Now, this is the production quality I want to see. Not only my kind of vibe, but very good, solid A. S again. You guys, you're up there. You're absolutely up there. Okay. That's nice to, we've got a real like, variety here of tiers, which is nice to see. Okay, next up, let's keep things moving. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. We are going into... have you guys seen this Corridor Digital D&D game? Which, by the way, is called We Made the Best D&D Show on the Internet. Here it is. Which is a very brave thing to say. Very brave, confident thing to say.
For years, we have loved playing Dungeons & Dragons because of its unique and collaborative storytelling experience. Together, we have brought to life characters and moments that will last us a lifetime. So for Son of a Dungeon, we want to bring that life to you too.
This is well worth watching, by the way. This is well worth watching how they did this. I will jump forwards to when the game starts, though. But for anyone who doesn't know, Corridor Digital are VFX people. They love 3D animation, visual effects, and they love pushing the whole... They're artists, and they're very, very good. Let's have a look. Where does it start now?
We know it. And so you have arrived. The sun is setting, and your story is about to begin.
Welcome to the first episode of Son of a Dungeon. We've been really excited in putting this show together, and we're finally here today to do it. We have a huge table. We have Ren, we have Dee, we have Nico, we have Jake. It's a great party. Really excited. Some of these guys have played D&D before. Ren?
I've played D&D before, but I'm a newcomer when it comes to playing with you guys, so I'm excited to play.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Once I uncover this stuff, you guys are going to get blown away. Don't worry.
Late to the party, what kind of shenanigans are we up to? Piker, hey. We're looking at some of the biggest YouTube creators on the website YouTube, surprisingly. And when they've tried to make D&D shows. So we're just checking out different D&D shows from creators who maybe don't normally do D&D stuff.
You'll be happy with how things go. So, Marcella, the Chancellor of Sport,
old Marcella,
has
Have a good one, natural ones.
given you an emergency call saying there is a task most peculiar.
Well, gentlemen, here we are. Marcella.
Yes.
Thank you for calling this meeting. I have heard...
They've made their own little 3D VTT. This is what I would think they really wanted Sigil to be.
From not only my family, but also from others in town, that there is a very
Then they put themselves in there, like Viva La Dirt League.
serious problem.
Well, we all know that the big game is tomorrow evening, correct? And, well, we have a bit of an issue happening inside here. We all know Gorgeous Greg, of course. He's the star player of Shire's sports team. And we all look down upon him, of course, every time we see him play. We always want our home team to
Great Chrome. Yeah, these guys can do green screen. Don't worry about that.
win, correct? Yes, so he's here.
He's here?
Yes. Now, this is a mission.
So they've got physical minis and terrain. They've got like, when we were watching the Rhett and Link one earlier, and it was like they have the Exorcist side story, and they have the B-roll of the interview of the D&D game, and then they have the BB roll or the C roll of them on green screen doing things. This is kind of the same thing. It's got layers upon layers of just insanity, which is like a full 3D map that they've built out and animation on there. They've got actual minis. They've got them talking at the table, and they've got them acting stuff out on green screen. It's crazy.
Where it requires an incredible amount of discretion, because as we know, it's not looked upon with the best light to fraternize with players of the rival team before a big game.
This is peculiar indeed. Who are the nobles inside?
Before we get to the nobles, I see some new faces, some people that you have brought to this mission. Of course, I know you, the Bard, everyone, you know everyone in town. Your name is...
Okay, so they're doing introductions.
Passed around frequently. And...
Yeah, Warren Watt, I am a half wood elf, half human. I am a bard. I carry with me a guitar, a mandolin, and a smaller guitar. I also have a longsword, a dagger.
They show an image of him at the table.
You, the Bard, everyone, you know everyone in town. Your name is passed around.
An image of him in costume on green screen.
Yeah, Warren Watt, I am a half wood elf, half human.
An image of his miniature.
I am a bard. I carry with
an image of his
me
illustration.
a guitar, a mandolin, and a smaller guitar. I also have a longsword, a dagger. I've got a few other trinkets, disguise kits, some other costumes, rations, things of that nature. Got a few cantrips, a few spells.
Now this is a high production thing. All right, let's see if we can get some combat.
This cave, so I was waiting till daybreak because it is quite dangerous to enter. And I heard all of you making this big commotion. So
Okay.
Open the door.
I draw both my crossbows and I ready a shot with both of them. I cock them both.
All right.
And I walk through with Nico.
I'm the last one through. I put Marcella in front of me and I kind of walk.
You're walking and you look down and you see a corpse covered in spider webs, bones, like
Oh, spiders. All right, can we get any actual combat?
ragged clothes.
To like get their attention.
You found it. That hole.
What were you?
What used to...
Cavern.
I'm gonna send them down.
Action.
Yeah.
I think would be a position.
Which 24.
One hits.
Okay, combat.
7 damage total.
One arrow hits him right in the back of the head, not expecting it.
He's like, oh, they're fighting us. Oh, shit. Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
I'm gonna take 2 steps back. And because I have crossbow expert, I don't invoke attack of opportunity.
That's sweet.
He plays D&D.
This guy sees Jake right there, standing on the edge, and he's gonna jump and try and land on you to push you over. So
I will check out Chuckle Sandwich's D&D episode. I did not realize they did one. Thank you, Ozzy.
he jumps. You're rolling dex against the strength check.
Right.
Strength roll to knock you down into the pit. Oh, jeez, this is a good dice, dude. I got a 20.
All right, at this point, we have a pretty good litmus test of watching all these. Where do you guys think Corridor Digital, what we just watched, would fall on here? You can click on the screen if you want to, or just let me know in chat what tier you think Corridor Digital would fall under. This is kind of stuff you like. This is amazing, incredible production quality. I'm vibing with the cast. They've got maps and minis, physical and digital, definitely an S. Yep, 100% on S tier. I mean, I think if you're putting Viva La Dirt League up in S, I think it's like very similar in quality. I think it's very similar in vibes. So I think I personally agree. Yeah, mostly S tier. Solid stuff. Okay, that was nice. Breezy. Let's check out Chuckle Sandwich real quick then. Chuckle Sandwich D&D.
Welcome, guffaws and chortlers, to a very, very different episode of Chuckle Sandwich. Today, I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Sandwich Maker, Charlie Slimesicle, here today with my players.
Hi, I'm Ted Nivison.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Schlett.
What do you like?
Blended vanilla.
He's got his frappe, an hour and a half.
Now, I personally am a fan of all these guys. I'm a fan of Chuckle Sandwich, but they've gone bare bones. They've gone bare bones with the D&D stuff, which is fair.
I'm in fucking mustache and chef hat.
Sometimes you just want a small table and 3 friends with paper character sheets in front of them to play some D&D.
Cool little guy, you've got the great thing and everything. You're so really cool.
He's on a roll.
Good boy. We love you.
Okay, that's good. And as you do all that shit, he manages to rise all the way up, bubbles up, and leaves you guys right. You got about 5 feet until the door, but you could climb up into it.
All right, can Mayo, you want to jump and get into the climb up? Can we do that?
So here's what I do. I activate the afterburner, the jet afterburner that's on my back.
Okay, what ability is that?
This is just a part of me. I don't know what ability.
Now, I like this. This is probably a great example of a rare example of an online D&D session where a DM has to handle a problem player who is not a major problem, but they're new to the game and is trying to get away with stuff.
It's just, I just had one.
Yeah.
Okay, you can jump.
I'll jump.
Okay, you jump up. Yeah, you see a little flicker of flame underneath his trench coat as he jumps up, grabs on, hoists himself through the doorway, and whoosh, there's a flash of light and he's gone.
All right. I climb up, but before entering through, I turn around and I turn to say to Dobo, "Hey, Doughboy."
Yeah?
That was all a fucking lie. We hate.
And obviously these guys are, let's see if, I don't think I'll have like combat in a sense here. It must be theatre of the mind stuff. It's a full session now. Okay. I don't have a little picture for these guys. So you guys can type in chat where you think they should go. But that being said, let's move on to what I do have a picture of, which is tied to these guys, in fact. Very bare bones, but it's a nice little home game. They're having fun. Very tied to this because the same DM is Jaden's first time playing. So Jaden is Jaden Animates, and this is her VOD channel. This was live streamed. It's got Alpha Rad and is that Ranbo in there? I'm not like down with the kids, especially for streamers. So this is good. This should be an interesting. Oh yeah, I found it there because it's a live stream and you should actually start playing for 5 hours. Streamers be streaming.
Go. Oh. Oh, Tostada, please don't click my buttons.
Hold on, I don't think it starts yet.
Are they?
Bartholomew is a tabaxi, otherwise known as essentially a cat person for description's sake. They have black and white fur with a nice like little like leather chest piece with just a it almost looks like a long sleeve shirt underneath.
Now this is a fun little example of it. Stop clicking on the screen. How long has that been up for? God damn it. This is the problem with having my OBS all the way over this side of the screen. I must really be getting old because what's a VOD channel is where people throw on their live streams in full. So, yeah, they're explaining characters. Jaden Animates turned this into an animated video. So I'm going to play this and give you an idea of what the original is like.
They have about 4 drums on them, on their right side, and then a bagpipe on the left. They seem to have a lot of just various trinkets, which seem like they were just pulled from different areas.
So he's describing it from forwards.
You have okay, fucking hell. You've got 3 big lumps, and they're each kind of the size of sort of.
And this is the deal.
Together. So do you said you can
half of one.
Okay, you feed them half of them.
And what I will say, this is my thought of this. This feels like I'm looking at just a D&D home game played online. That's what it feels like, which is kind of nice.
One. he doesn't like it. I mean, Zoot, you just sort of hear his pain.
Where were you guys clicking?
Turtle,
I thought I turned it off.
screams as it just goes on for I mean, feeding clay to a turtle probably takes a little bit. Paul, just another day in the office, man. You cram that down. You get, yeah.
Good night, gobble gob.
So that's what it like feels like live, and this is what Jaden Animations turned it into.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I would say that this is one of the most D&D, one of the most viewed D&D videos ever made. Has anyone watched this before? It's got 10 million views. 10 million views. D&D video.
Dungeons and Dragons is like a board game without the board, and you play using your imagination. If you think of something, it can just happen in game. D&D is very popular. Almost everyone I've ever met absolutely loves it, and I have never played it before, even though I always thought I would really like it. People would tell me stories of their...
All right, this whole video is about her introduction to D&D, but then also the game itself. She animates it, like the best bits. She animates and narrates it.
Feeling.
In order to continue, create whatever you want.
Not wanting to deal with more riddles, Zoot throws a dagger into the door's eye.
Helping you with this one.
The group, now lost with no direction, decides for some reason to all start eating the clay, even feeding some to Paul Jr. and Luop against their wills. After all the clay has been consumed.
And now the reason why I'm kind of showing you that is, and I find it interesting, is because I think there's a world where like we can still tell our D&D stories, but it doesn't have to be like live or broadcast. It can be in this kind of format where we're narrating it and telling a story and kind of like fixing it. It's kind of like Vox Machina, the TV series, being based on the actual play. That being said, we do need to rank it based on the original vibe. I saw some people say B. Would you guys still agree with that? You can click now on the screen. Please don't click on my face. The animation makes it way better. The animation, it got like a voiceover, it got music, it got everything. But it was still D&D. I said, please don't click on my face. I'm getting a lot of Bs. So let's go with B. Solid. What I'm finding is most D&D shows are mid. Which tracks? 100% tracks. Okay. Next up, we've only got 2 left. Now we're going back into the world of streaming and just general, I guess, personalities playing D&D who might not have that much experience playing it. Let's go with... where are... Here it is.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm proud to present our new series, Offline Odyssey. This is our brand new D&D series, and I'm very happy to be here.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Now, something about here. Not that you guys care about what I have to say, but once again, I think there's a production quality issue with the sound. But also, I think it takes a lot to make a D&D actual play studio that works. Like, you have to pick up 7 different voices and have cameras that pick up 7 different people. And it's not easy. And people spend a lot of money developing that. And if you're just doing like if you're dipping your toes in and trying it out, maybe not. Maybe we don't judge it too harshly. I don't like Pokemon F tier. Pokemon D. Why? What? Already an F. Why don't we like Pokemon? Just use lav mics. Well, that was the issue with Most Critical's D&D show that used lav mics, and it also didn't sound great. These guys might be using lav mics. It might just be hidden.
They don't even know your character yet. Sorry. D&D. They don't even know your character yet.
Oh.
Sorry. D&D is sort of like the grandfather of all RPGs. It's like
I like dice. Yes, Ozzy. I am with you there.
RPGs, and that's what D&D is. And so
oh, you like Dice D?
Have a computer do all the calculations for how much damage.
She's too rich for everyone and calls people broke for not being. Yeah, I saw that. I saw an interview with her on a Colin Samir show, and she feels bad about that. She feels bad about calling people broke. Biker, thank you for the resubscription. Yeah, she shouldn't have called people broke. That is fair. That is fair. Well, let's try and judge this based on not what Pokemon said that one time.
You if you hit or whatnot. Instead, it's gonna be me, the dungeon master.
And our brains.
His brain.
Oh, I think this has a fun intro though, like a legitimate like. We should do another version of this where we just look at campaign intros. Like we look at the opening to Critical Role, to Dimension 20, because and this because I actually really like this one. Check this one out, hold on. It's an anime opening. I just realized I'm gonna get no, I can't play. Oh my, I've been playing music this whole time. I'm gonna get copyrighted for that. Let's look at it without sound. Doesn't quite have the same effect. Let me play my own music over it. But it's like pixel art. I think it's so cute and so cool. Also, carpet your damn walls. Are you talking to me or talking to Pokemon? Anime opening S-tier game doesn't matter at this point. I think it's class. And like suits the music I'm playing over it. Yeah. It's crazy that so much effort's been put into this. And then we can skip forwards to just this.
Okay. All right, Lily.
I am a high elf named Viviana. I'm 101 years old. I live up till 750, so I just reached adulthood.
Sound's not great. And they have they take so long to get into the game. Mike, thank you for the follow.
I'm bored. I have glasses, by the way.
Okay.
Well, I'm Viviana. Where are you all from?
Hi, Viviana.
But you know, the vibe I'm getting is like it's their first time playing D&D and they genuinely are just having fun with it. They're all a little bit awkward. They don't like role playing. They don't want to do voices. They don't know what's going to come out of their mouth.
I can't play this
I like low-key enjoyed that. That's one of the most like authentic just bits of D&D I've ever seen in my life.
Try not to laugh too hard and not hurt people's feelings.
That was surprisingly good, though.
Miss over here.
How old are you?
Old Miss over here.
What?
Yeah, they just have to have fun. And also, these guys don't have to go full pro. They are like, they just have such big followings that I think they can just put this stuff out there. And I think this is like episode 1 of many. Like here's episode 2.
There's something alive.
Have a healer in the party.
God, you Band-Aid.
Ask him for friend. This friend.
That's an elven dialect.
It's more the same. In fact, it looks like they filmed the whole thing. In fact, it's only 20 minutes long, so they probably filmed for like hours and they just split it all up because that's what their audience prefers normally. They're more than likely just feeling it out. Yeah, I wouldn't judge too harshly on the production quality of this one. I wouldn't take into account too much whether you like or dislike certain creators, but just based on vibes alone, and you can click on the screen now if you're on Twitch, where would you throw this one, Offline TV? What's up, Evil? It's kind of a bad actual play, but I like the home game feeling, and they're having much B tier. Wow, you guys are wild. You guys are wild. You're saying B. The top map is getting C's. C. Mostly C, I think. Yeah, I think C is going to win. Got a D in there, got a B in there. Mostly C. Corridors in S tier, yes. Corridor and Viva La Dirt League were the favorite. And what I'm finding is that, like, you guys kind of like it when things are... It's either, like, perfect high production value or, like, the crappiest production you've ever seen, but they're having fun with it. Those are the two options. Like, anything in between, not great. Okay. Finally, we have Iron Mouse, and we can check out if anyone else has any other big YouTubers. We can check them out as well. I don't think there'll be time today. Now, this is a stream for charity, so please bear that in mind. And we can skip forward. And it's got Matthew Mercer in it, which is nice.
Swim. It is a part of who we are. It's something we cannot help but do. When people
Also, I remember watching this live and thinking, oh my God, the audio is terrible. I think the DM was having internet issues because the whole time he was like glitching in and out. Which is a shame.
Together to celebrate, to enjoy life. To
there's an echo as well.
Share stories with each other. The world itself changes. And by the light of the golden bow, the greatest stories are told. Welcome, everyone. I'm tormented by gnomes, and after everything my internet just put me through, I'm just happy to be here.
Thinking, wow, but what's a really cool, super exclusive thing that I could...
And this is the most show thing ever. It's for charity. It's a big show. They've got some big names in it, and they're constantly interacting with chat, and they're trying to drum up money for charity. So it's kind of a different vibe. And it's a pity about the tech issues, but I don't think that should shine too badly on it.
...could have by bidding against others. Well, there's an auction.
You see, things have been odd this past century, but that's neither here nor there. We, however, have come under the thumb of a particular issue. An old railroad baron turned billionaire nepo baby named Big Slick Willie Jones, an oil magnate who may have drilled a bit too deep to see. And he released some sort of expansive, unknowable dark magic that slowly...
You're just saying S tier because of Matthew Mercer. I mean, fair. For anyone who doesn't know as well, who's not down with the kids like myself, I'm kind of a young, hip guy in my mid-30s. Iron Mouse, who is hosting this stream, is a huge streamer. Like we're talking insanely big. And Connor, who is the far right here, is also insanely big streamer and YouTuber. The numbers, I don't actually know how many views this got when it went live on Twitch. I mean, it got 12K on the VOD channel. But I think, like, we're talking, to hazard a guess, I would say tens of thousands live, watching it live. Like, if not, like, close to 100,000. I don't know, but it's a big thing.
Corrupting the land. And this nice pistol I keep at my side as he produces this weird, demonic-looking revolver that looks hooked and releases like a fiery glow and a bit of smoke that billows off of it.
And yes, it is the first one we've seen using a 2D VTT. Oh, did I? Is the sound gone? Wait, what? Okay. These guys, I think what happened here is they were probably playing music and it got copyrighted, so they had to mute it during the VOD.
Will spit in the desert sands next to you. Oh, oil and tarnation take you all, and he'll use his action to disengage and run back inside.
What a
And just
shaking.
flee into the building. You can tell he has no intention of returning.
Oh yeah, they're just playing music. Ooh, I gotta be careful. This stream's gonna get demonetized.
On your character sheet, if you're using Roll20 near the top, you'll just see the word initial.
And the other issue, whether you like it or hate it, they had things, I believe, where if they raised enough money, different effects would happen. Like the DM would have a voice change to change it to have a really squeaky voice, which is what's happening here.
All you have to do is click on it. For anyone who's not doing that, just roll and tell me your result, and we will go from there.
Right.
The initiative.
But he still rolled a 27, and he still smashes you.
Ow. That hurts.
Clyde, it is your turn. The dark power courses through you. What do you do?
At this point, I believe that the entity that now just goes by Donovan reveals from underneath the right-hand wing his arm, which is now fully fused with a straight...
They were very smart getting Matthew Mercer in on this. They were very, very smart getting Matthew Mercer in on this. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Where do we think this could go? You can now click on the screen. What were you guys thinking? I saw a few people saying A or S, but I think that was just simply because Matt's on there. Lots of S's for Iron Mouse. Okay. So what I'm learning is, if you want to make a really good actual play, you get Matthew Mercer. Right? Or you have just insanely high production value and you act everything out and get a green screen and get get really good VFX. That's the vibe. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Oh, now it's moved to C. Now it's moved to C. Didn't the Try Guys do D&D? Oh, should we? Oh no, they did, didn't they? Crap. Okay. You guys actually kind of fell back down to C there, I'm noticing. All right, we're not putting them on here list, but let's just look at Try Guys real quick, just because I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the Try Guys.
Dungeons and Dragons, what is it?
This was from 5 years ago, but I think they did one more recently, right? Hold on. I saw like a thumbnail of them on like a pirate ship or something. Yeah. It's on a different channel.
Okay.
My friends.
This is from 5 months ago.
Tim and Andre at Smosh helped me with the minifigures for today that Sam is going to deliver to
No
all of you.
way.
Wow, so people from Smosh came and helped them with this.
Wow, that's
My
desperate.
friend
Plawn Amina's, pleased to meet you. Plawn, you can just call me Plawn. This is sort of my first gig on a boat. I've been trying to tour on boats for some time now. Couldn't get on one of the bigger ships, so just trying to sort of get my whereabouts here. I got a new instrument I'm still trying to learn, but this, of course, is my my little accordion here. And don't be fooled, this is sugar. I know everyone's gonna want an orange on the sea, but it's just a percussion instrument.
lighter than when you sat down. 15 gold.
Oh, that little thief.
Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm a pacifist.
You're a pacifist?
But sometimes I get angry and I can't control myself. Oh, nosy. Does this one come with me?
Okay, they have like minis and a full map in front of them.
Get in trouble.
For the better. All right, with that, this is the Kuatoa's turn. He is going to attempt to... You can move still if you'd like.
I will move next to Ruby.
I think I personally don't like it when, and this isn't just based on actual plays when they're trying to put on a show, it's home games as well. I don't like over-the-top accents, and I don't like over-the-top voices, including from the DM. I like them coming out maybe 10% of the time, or you have one character at the table who is over the top, but I don't like it when everyone is the wild card who's just crazy. I like having lots of straight men in the comedy term, a straight man, and like one person who's wild. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. All right, where do you guys? Well, we don't have a picture for that. But I can tell you now, just by looking at Try Guys there, that felt okay, but uninspired. I would throw it in B personally, and looks like you guys agree with me on B. C tier. Okay. Yeah, B, C. I agree with that. So that's it. We did it. I mean, once again, not me. I would put all these huge YouTubers in S tier because I'm a simp. But you guys have decided to spread them out a bit. And now we know who the best non-D&D D&D shows are. And it's Viva La Dirt League and Corridor Digital. So, nice work. Clip that. Clip what? What did I say? What did I do? Who said what now? Who did what? All right. It is, however, 5:15, and I have not prepped for my game at all. So I'm in full panic mode. This was supposed to be a prep session. I'm going to tell you quickly what I'm planning to do for it and take some notes. And you guys can click on my face as much as you want. I don't care. Yeah, you can click. Click where you would love to kiss me. That's what you're doing right now. Where you'd most want to kiss me. All right. So I need to get a Word doc up and panic mode set in. This is truly very close. And I'll tell you why it's an issue that I've not actually started prepping for my stream yet. And that is because, as I said at the start of this whole stream, of this whole thing, last session, I left my players with the choice of whether they go east or west, and they hadn't chosen yet. So I'm going to start this D&D session, and they're going to choose which way to go. And then I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to prep 2 sessions in one right now. And I've got like 30 minutes. So I'm kind of thinking of cheating. The naysayers will scream railroading, and they would be correct. Let me get my doc up, my D&D prep doc. So here's the deal. At the end of last session, my players were given a choice of going west, which is the ocean, and it would lead into a new continent, and they'd have adventures on the new continent, or they would go west, which is on the road, not on the sea, and they would be led into like a new region and have adventures there. I figured this session will be just traveling, whichever way they want to go, left or right, full traveling. What if you prep one session, but it's reskinned for each direction? Swordplay. Me and you are the same person. We're the same person. I'm thinking the exact same thing. And after I watched Doctor Who last week, it gave me a great vibe. So the plan is that if they choose to go if they choose to go east along the road, there's some weird goings on, and the wagon driver chooses not to take them that far, and they have to go the rest of the way by foot. And while on foot, they come across a group of people who are going to a mine, or a mining town, or an actual underground mine that has been abandoned, and they've not heard from the people who were there for 2 weeks. So they're going to investigate what happened to the miners. And then it's just there's a monster in the mine type thing. And I can just take them through this mine bit by bit and do kind of some light horror. And it's going to be like the movie Alien, with the alien on the spaceship, but in a mine. I like that. I like Alien in a mine. If they go east, which is across the sea, I'm thinking about making the way they get across the sea as being in a fantasy submarine situation. A fantasy vehicle that is submerged and it's big. But when they're halfway across, the submarine gets attacked by something. It's a monster. And then we do Alien, but on a submarine. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of those two options? Alien on a submarine or Alien in a mine? And then we just use the same... We use the same monster. We just use the same monster. So the question is, what monster do we use? Like the tentacle monster before the Mines of Moria. Yeah, I'm thinking something that's a bit more... It moves around a lot more in corridors. Like it's not too big, and it scuttles around, and it grabs people and pulls them away. Like an alien. What D&D monster in the 2024 Monster Manual is most like a xenomorph or xenomorph, however you would say it? D&D Beyond. Let's get the Monster Manual up. A slad? Ooh, a cave fisher. What's a cave fisher? Oh, let me look these up. Vera, thank you for the resubscription. 2 months. Thank you so much. Visually or... I guess in vibes, and I will just reskin it to look however I want. Alright, let me look at slad, because I know there's different colours of slad. I don't even know if I'm saying slad right. I was thinking like something like, also there's like, something you would normally find in the, in like the Underdark. So something like maybe, 1 second. Maybe a hook horror as well. You know what? We're going about this the wrong way. We're going about this the wrong way. I need to grab the right challenge rating. My player's level 5, so let me get the monster encounter up. If you guys could click on my face or on the screen where you think my head should be for me to have good posture, and I will put my head in that position, because I feel like I've got really bad posture right now, and I just need a gentle reminder to sit up straight. A Kython. Slad puts eggs into... Okay, Slad could potentially be right. No, this is good posture, guys. This is where my head should be. This is where my forehead should be up here. If you guys see me slouching, let me know. Tell me off. Okay, so... Tools. Encounter builders. I know the encounter builders is kind of broken right now, but it's a good kind of start litmus test. How tough of a challenge? I would rather go easy and make it harder than go hard and make it easier, if that makes sense. But challenge rating 5 is a solid start. But what I'm going to do is look at between challenge rating 4 and 6, and then I don't mind reskinning that. I watched a D&D video earlier about how to take a 2014 monster and change it to a 2024 monster, and they said the easiest way is just to double the monsters, and I was like, that can't be right. That can't be right. Like, a Banshee from 2014 isn't like 2 Banshees, or the other way around. I guess a Banshee from 2024 isn't the equivalent of 2 Banshees from 2014, surely. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, what about Barbed Devil, guys? What about Barbed Devil? As a monster. Slad. Red Slad. The Slard regains 10 hit points at the start of each of its turns. That's cool. The Slard makes 3 injecting claw attacks. If the target is humanoid, not cursed by a Slard, it is subject to the following effect. Target is cursed unawares, and a minuscule Slard egg is implanted in them. Removing the curse destroys the egg. This is perfect. This is alien. This is alien. I like the Barbdale and stuff, but like this is, I think this is it. I don't think we make this harder than it has to be. I don't think it's. We just throw that on there. It is an easy. All right, hear me out, guys. 2 Slard. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't see what's happening on my screen right now. Sorry. Let me move myself. 1 red Slard for 5 level 5 players is easy, but 2 red Slard is hard. So I think I might throw 2 red Slard in there, and then they can like be like, I can like slowly. I feel like I do this a lot though. They'll probably be onto me, but I like the idea of them thinking it's 1 monster, but leaving clues that point to it being 2 monsters. And that way, if they pick up on that, they're good to go. And if not, they can be surprised. I mean, okay. I mean, sorted. 1 red, 1 blue. Well, the problem is, let me look at a blue Slard. A blue Slard is CR7. So maybe just a blue Slard. A blue Slard is going to be medium difficulty. Do they also lay eggs? Humanoid not cursed by a Slard. So they don't have the egg thing, but I can just take the egg thing from the red Slard and put it in there. And then... Oh, what are we even saying, guys? What are we even doing? There has to be 2. Because we want someone to have an egg burst out of their chest and create a little small Slard. Are there small Slards? Are there baby Slard? A fucking death Slard. Slard tadpole. Slard tadpole. Now we're talking disgusting stuff. One of these pops out someone's chest. Alright. 1 blue Slard with the potential for 2 Slard tadpoles. And it's coming up deadly on the encounter summary. You can't see it because my head's in the way. But I think deadly is the new hard with the 2024 Monster Manual stuff. I think the different coloured Slard complement each other, unless I've forgotten. Yeah, I like the idea of just because my players haven't come across Slard before, so this can be an introduction to them, and maybe I can do something in the future that's bigger. I don't actually know the backstory of a Slard, because they took out all the lore in the Monster Manual. But I like the idea that there was like an underwater, or there was like a secret base that was experimenting on creatures, and they created these monsters. And either it was an underwater base if they take the route of the submarine, or it was just a normal base if they take the route of the mine shaft. D&D lore, red and blue injects into the hot, and either color is produced. But if... Oh, you mean host. But if the host is magically inclined, they can turn green. Oh. Interesting. Slard-eye are native to the outer plane of Limbo. As such, they are an outsider type, being composed of essence of their home plane. And counted on most of the planes, they also receive the extra planar subtype. That's not what I want. Give me something more substantial. Slard were frog-like natives of Limbo, and well-known representatives of the ever-changing chaos, evolved or lifted from the primordial soup of infinite potential. The belligerent... Okay. Yeah. Okay, here's my game plan. Here is my game plan. You know how they created direwolves recently? Like, they brought direwolves back. Yeah, scientists say they resurrected the direwolf. They took like DNA from a direwolf and then they changed certain DNA to like fundamentally replicate it. That's what I'm going to do with Slard. Slard are like extincts from the plane that my players are playing on. No one's seen a Slard for hundreds of thousands of years. Yet some scientists thought they would make a Slard, and then they made a Slard. And it escaped, and now they're dealing with it. Yeah, pseudo direwolves, not actual direwolves. Fake direwolves, but the closest thing we'll ever get to them. This is a plan of action. This is the fastest freaking prep I've ever done in my life. So either they go... Oh. So, if players go... So this is railroading. I'm railroading them this session. Don't hate me. If players go east, they come across a mining town. A mine. What word am I looking for? Why have I gone blank on this? Not a mining town, but literally a mine. They come across a mine that has been abandoned. Military officers ask them to accompany them, and not necessarily like in a nice way. They're going to come across them and be like questioning them, and the military are going to be suspicious of them for being around the mine. So they're going to kind of try and take them into custody, but they're just going to get them into the mine, fundamentally. Ask them to accompany them / force them to. In the mine, everyone is dead except one survivor. Yeah, they can be conscripted as well because they've worked with the military in the past. There's a lot of ways that I can get them to... I'll get them in a mine. Don't worry about that. Everyone's dead except for one survivor. And then fundamentally, blue Slard has laid egg in survivor. Blue Slard combat is a good place to start. And if they go west, I cannot type. They take submarine, in brackets, magical, that gets boarded by something in the ocean. It then sorry. I don't know why I said something like, a Slard in the ocean. Submarine member gets implanted. Slard combat. This is good. So it's gonna end. So we know where it's gonna end. It's gonna end with a fight with a Slad. At some point, we're gonna have scenes. Is getting to the mine / sub. Something not being right. Clues that there is a Slad. Implanted soldier has Slad baby. Mini combat, because that will be a really easy thing. Slad eye. Yes, sorry. Is Slad eye plural? A red Slad would come from a blue Slad. Thank you. Yes, okay. I will remember that. So it would be red Slads that are babies. Dr. Lion of Kamar kicks open door. Are you winning, son? Oh, I'm winning. Yeah, my only issue is that like I want to come up with like potential like encounters that could be like a trap of some kind. Because Slad are like really intelligent, right? I'm right in thinking that, right? Or like the scene, like, yeah, it's like filling this up with other things. So NPCs first. We're gonna use the same NPC no matter what happens. NPC survivor. Let me know if you guys can think of a NPC name for a survivor. And NPC soldier 1, soldier 2. And then I'll just get, they'll be the main people. And then I'll just get a list of other random, I've got a list of random names from like last time as well. That we can use. In fact, where's that list? Do I have that here? Ripley is solid. Solid, but they'll catch on to that. They're nerdy as hell, these guys. Names. Bane's names. So this list of names that I can use that we had last time, like Clara, Brian, or Michelle, Snow, or Paul, Zandia. So yeah, I can throw them in there. I was going to say, I like taking Ripley and changing it something to be like Lee Rip? Lee Ripper for Soldier 1. And then Clara Bow. Brian, me. Brian. Maybe the actress name. Oh, if the Slad is coming out of him, he could be Kane. No, Brian Kane's actually really good. I like that. Brian Kane. Lee Ripper, Clara Bow. Clara Weaver. Yeah, okay, that's enough. That's enough Easter eggs. That is enough Easter eggs. And then maybe I just improv. Maybe I just really throw caution to the window, trying to improv the rest of it. My grammar is terrible. Yeah, it would be nice to have like a general puzzle or a trap encounter though. Now, obviously in the mine, there's an unstable area. Falling rocks. Dex. Check. DC 15. And then the submarine. Oh, we could have like a flooded section, right? Because the slide had to come in somewhere. To swim is like... DC 16. I have a lot of like very acrobatic people. And then like what we need is a goal outside of just killing the slard. And I like the idea that obviously the sub goal is engines broken, need to be fixed. And the mine goal is entrance way blocked after they go in. Need to find other way out. Oh, okay. That's a bit more. Trapped survivors. They could both have trapped survivors as well. Yeah, that's solid. Thank you. Yeah, mobility is yeah. I think both the mine and the submarine are like claustrophobic. This is actually gonna be really fun. I actually can't wait to run this one. I think it'll be very enjoyable, very atmospheric, you know. Cool. I think I'm happy. It's a very different kind of prepping than I did last week. What are you guys clicking? Stop clicking places. The sub could be the research vessel that they made the slard from. I like the idea that, yes, we need to give like clues about the slard. So, the mine. The thing about the sub is that like operatives are like using it to travel back and forth. Like good guys are using it. So I don't like the idea that the sub is where the slard was experimented on, but I like the idea that the sub took soldiers or scientists from A to B, and they worked on the slard. So there is like information in the sub database. Could have a mysterious and alien door in the mine. Yes, I think so. I think the lab that created the slard is deep in the mine, or once the sub gets boarded by the slard and starts taking on water, it auto pilots to the nearest safe area. The lab. Okay, so now, so they, okay. So either way, the beginning, middle, end of this whole session is choosing direction and getting on transport. Middle is the kind of like horror, claustrophobic, sub / mine, and then the end is lab. Info about Slard and combat. And the end ends with them either using another submarine or finding exit from the lab, the mine. What is up? Cool Cylinder, welcome back. Oh man, you ate pizza? That sounds so good. If they have a spell, they can read the Slard language on the door, maybe make it a puzzle. I don't really want the Slard to be the people who own the door. I want it to be like humans who are experimenting on it. But maybe like dwarf, maybe? Then I could have them... Either way, it was dwarfs. Because that lines up. The dwarfs in the mine created a lab. Or the dwarfs... deep underwater created like an underwater lab. So without trying to blame an entire species, I'm just gonna say lab is dwarven. What's up, Poke? How's it going tonight? It's going good. It's going good. We watched a bunch of D&D actual plays. And now I am actually making a session that I'm really quite excited to run. So we'll see. What guys do you think? What do you think, guys? Do you if you were playing? Let me do a poll on YouTube. Actually, nope. So if you guys were like playing this game, do you think you'd have more fun going and fighting a Slard in a submarine submerged underwater, or in a creepy abandoned mine? And this is on YouTube. I've thrown a poll up there. I do wonder which my players would choose. Obviously, they wouldn't know about the mine and stuff, but 100% submarine. Wow, okay. That's gonna suck if they go towards the mine. Because since you'd never experienced it, you'd want to explore the sub, yeah. Okay, I will check out Quailish after this. I will. You saw a poll on Twitch for those that thank you. It's pretty much unanimous. I think one person has chosen mine out of like 8 people over on YouTube. Like, what would you be thinking, peoples? Blaze Winters, hail and well met. Thank you, lady. I will call it Seaboard. I didn't even think they would need a name. That would be one of those panic things where they'd ask me the name of the sub and I'd have to be like, oh. And then the mine town can be called Coleford. Yeah, I think the sub will. I kind of hope they go sub. Maybe I just railroad them into it. So what happens when I click start a Q&A, answer viewer questions live? Bones action Q&A, say something. Q&A. Start a Q&A about it. Like, if you're on YouTube right now, can you see a Q&A section? Or do I have to like ask a specific question? I don't really understand it. Okay, D&D in an hour, guys. I'm going to jump off soon. People are asking about what we should order in for food. We're at that stage. Question sent. Okay, so... Oh. So I guess this is literally just for if I have too many people chatting and not enough questions, because it's just me reading chat. What is your favorite D&D class overall from Silence? I have a soft spot for paladins because I just think that's what I would be if I was a D&D class. So I think paladins. There's a pop that prompts us to ask a question in chat. Good question, lady. I guess chocolate would be my favorite snack. How do you deal with scheduling issues? I am very lucky that I think the DMG, I think the 2024 DMG, look at my posture again, guys. The 2024 DMG has a fantastic bit of advice, which is just state when D&D happens and don't change it, no matter what. So if you have, it changes because I usually have like 5 people, is pretty standard. But I think even if I had 4, I would just say, we do D&D every Friday. And that will happen. And if you can't make it, the rest of us will still play. If 2 people can't make it, then we call it off to come back the next week. But I make it very clear that I'm constantly, maybe it's my insecurity, but I'm always asking my players, like, are you having fun? Do you actually want to do this? Because we don't have to do it. Like... I don't feel bad if you don't enjoy D&D and it's not for you or whatever. So I think they kind of know that if they wanted to stop, they could at any point. But I don't have that many scheduling issues. I have games that just dissolve and then I just put out feelers to start new games. I've had that happen. But mostly, scheduling issues haven't been that big of an issue for me. To the point where sometimes I just want a week off. Do I consider myself to be funny? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I consider myself to be cheeky. But one of the reasons why I started streaming and making YouTube videos was because I'm just not very confident at all with any stuff like that, any kind of performance or any kind of like being entertaining or interesting or anything like that. So I started doing this as a way to like come on my shell more, kind of thing. I think I'm funnier than I was 5 years ago. Now the problem with the questions is that I'm just not looking at chat now. What was the final ranking for the D&D streams? Quitting time for work, so I just got home. It was Corridor Digital and Viva La Dirt League. One out of all of them as S tier, and the rest were kind of scattered around. Love that advice. I'm too soft and feel bad. Yeah, the issue is if you only have like 3 players, obviously that can be a problem because if one person can't make it, I mean, I'd still play D&D with 2 people, but you know, Phil, you're funny. Yeah, funny looking, Michi. I know what's coming. You think this is my first rodeo? Think this is my first walk around this park? I'm not falling for that. Trying to D's nuts me. Sub sandwiches are always a great choice for D&D. Especially when on a submarine, Blaze. Pizza gets old fast. Our group takes turns, so we only have to pay for food once a month. We've been lucky enough to be able to play every Friday. You're not very lucky. Thank you, Michi. Thank you. Yeah. Means a lot. Alright, so. But yeah, I'm probably just going to take that ranking every D&D YouTuber thing and turn that into a video to come out next week. Then I've got another video where the one I did where I ranked every 3D VTT, which should hopefully come out in 2 weeks. But also this month is Daggerheart month. Happy Daggerheart month, everyone. So I want to make a bunch of videos about Daggerheart, which is being released on the 20th as well. So we will see. Then it's not real. It can't hurt us. You have 6 players, run a module, so I bump up difficulty if they are all there. But if 2 can't make it, I run it as is. Yeah, that's the nice thing about. I guess I know it's bad advice because not everyone knows that many people who play D&D and be willing to do it. But the best way to deal with scheduling issues is just have lots of players, and you'll find that people don't like missing sessions if the session is going to happen without them because of FOMO. They're just going to, you know, be scared of missing out. What gaming headset do you use? Like it? Yeah, this is a Steel Series. This is a Steel Series Arctic Pro. I really like this. There's like a newer model out. I've had some issues because it's wireless with connectivity, but I also have a really scuffed sound setup in general. But it's phenomenal. I love wireless headphones, and these are like the most comfortable ones I've ever used. Obviously, I don't use the mic because I've got this mic, so I can't speak for the mic quality. But the fact that I can just like open this up like Iron Man and pull out the battery and replace it with another battery which is charging in a little station right next to me now means that it can always be on. Always be on, as long as I remember to charge it. I just taught my dad to play D&D, and I spent the first 8 minutes of the campaign trying to explain to my dad what a halfling is. You can just say hobbit. Alright, let me end this Q&A. Good Q&A, guys. Solid stuff. How many times have you gone to charge it? Well, the thing is, never, because there's only 2 batteries, so there's either a battery in here, and when I take it out, I'm not just going to leave it anywhere, I'm going to put it in the charger, because that's just kind of where it lives. I've had it where I've not fully inserted it properly, but that's only happened a few times, so it's not charged, because I've kind of just, like, thrown it in. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It charges pretty fast. No, the biggest issues I've had with it is, and this is rare, but it's probably only happened once or twice, but it's very annoying. It just won't work. I guess it's got interference from something else, and it just wouldn't work. I just had to like turn it off and turn it back on again. And any more videos with Kat making an appearance? I want to make a video with her, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I think it's going to be a really fun video, actually. We just need to, like, get together, and I need to do some prep work for it as well. Personally, I'd love to see a video on what kind of equipment you use and what you learned about tech stuff since you started my channel. I think I'd enjoy making that. I don't think that's for this channel, though, because it's less to do with D&D. More content creation. But I really like talking about that stuff. Who is Kat? Kat is my wife. She's very cool in video. Yes, I would like to... I'd like to get her on streams more. And she keeps talking about that she wants to stream. Because she used to stream. And she doesn't really now. But she wants to get back into it. And I'm like, do it. And you can just like... I can call you in the stream. We can stream together. We can play games together. I'd love to play Split Fiction with her. On your next stream, you got to let us know how this session went. Yes, I will indeed. She's super nice between chats and disc. Yeah. She's fantastic. I like her a lot, hence why I married her. Don't play It Takes Two with her. That game is trauma. We played it already, and it did traumatize us. One scene in particular. You should play Thunderfolk. James, I was looking at that. I want to play. I want to do a review on it. It's getting like really good reviews, but I'm not seeing a lot of YouTubers talk about it in the D&D space. So maybe I'll do a live stream with that. The only thing that stopped me was the fact that you need your phone to play it, and it just looked like there was a bit of setup. That kind of annoyed me. I just want to play it on my computer, please. Do you know, James, if it's an okay experience solo, or does it need a group of 4 people to have fun? No, she wasn't here this stream, Sander. I think some people just really liked the rename D&D Monsters video. Ah, yes. She got such personality, she does. I agree with Lady, that would be a great video. I'd like to hear about what went like you hoped and what went sideways and how did you adjust. Yeah. Yes. I need to like take better notes. So I don't know how you guys feel, but when I DM, it's like a fever dream. And when I finish DMing, I like don't know what just happened. I just like switch. And I like it's hard to truly remember in the moments what was happening. But yeah, I will come back with I'll report back with what happened, when and why. Ideally, at least 2. Phone isn't answering issues, in your opinion. Oh, isn't an issue. Yeah, but I would like... I need to use it, right? I can't just use my mouse and keyboard if I, like, download it on PC. Hopefully his party doesn't take off and nuke the place from orbit. Only way to be sure. Ooh. Yes. Actually, I will put a self-destruct sequence in the lab. Very smart, lady. Thank you. Very, very smart. Alright, guys. I can hear my wife cleaning frantically for D&D tonight. I should probably go and help her. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on Twitch, please give me a Prime sub so that I'm a little Prime sub gremlin. Throw them at me. They're free. And if you're on YouTube, like the video. And I will catch you next week. Hopefully I'll live stream more than once next week, but I'll definitely be live Friday again to prep next week's session and do a YouTube video. I may also be on Tuesday. But I'll put stuff in the Discord about that. And yeah, all around, thank you for stopping by and have a good one. Goodbye now.